Bruh, 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 bruh. What a good song. That was the Godric the Golden, or Godric the Grafted, or God fucking damn it. Um, from the Elden Ring soundtrack. What a good track, by the way. Elden Ring's got some bangers, and that one particularly is super nice. So welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm gonna turn off the little groove, guys. We're playing Dark Souls, as per usual. Or as per usual now, at least. I don't have the game open right now, but time to game. Now, I ended up fixing and getting a couple of issues solved. I think later, maybe today or sometime, I'm going to be making like, how to describe this? A clarification video, because there's a lot of people that are actually confused about a couple of things that I have. Like last stream, people were asking, how do I give you money? A couple days ago, people were asking, why did socials not work? And a couple of other things like that. And some people don't even know I have commissions open and shit like that. So I might have to include a couple of those in like titles and more descriptions and such. But the problem is that no one ever checks those. Because when I made the community tab post, the winner of the contest didn't even know that there was a prize. So I might need to start making a couple of, handy dandy announcements to get people to, understand a couple of things. And not to fault anyone, but just saying. So today we got a lot of stuff to do on stream. I wanted to explain what I got done on stream at least. I'm going to turn off my fan, by the way. There we go. So, the things that we got done on stream last time is that we did Capra Demon and Bell Gargoyles. I think today we're going to be doing the Depths, Blighttown, and a couple of other fun shit. Like a Hydra and stuff like that. I have a checklist today, because every single time I play Dark Souls, or at least stream it, I always have a checklist. And this one's a bit of a big one. So, it might take me a second to get through everything. But, let me get the game up and running. The audio is off, so it'll take me a second to get all that configured and such. Please pop up on the right monitor. Yay, there we go. Alright, let's get this out of here. Pop open that. I'm gonna hope my controller works. I'm gonna also unplug my controller and replug it in. This sound is not on your end. Oh, I changed my notification sounds as well. Listen to this. Haha! I changed this so that way it's not as annoying. And now it's just funny, like the old, sounds from, like, Windows. How do I describe this? Like Windows 98, that's the funny ones? Okay, hold on. Let me crank up those, let me crank up the music and such. Basically what I did off stream is I went through and I admit I did a little bit of a funny exploit, but I swear to you it was only for the sake of showing off a couple of things. And I wanted to explain a couple of things to people who have not played Dark Souls. And because I love this game and I'm like super down to just explain a couple of things. You may have just seen my my thing there for a moment. I basically went through and I upgraded a lot of my equipment to like +3 or +5, so everything that I have is like +5 or +3. And I also went through and got a couple of items from areas that we've already been to, so that way I don't forget them. And I'm now level 49, which is like a good round area. And you could say, oh, why not upgrade to level 50? Well, I'll explain why. So, here's all the equipment we got. I basically went through and I just got a bunch of stuff from vendors that we've already seen. But today I figured I wanted to show off a couple of cool things related to the things that I got. So the new things that I got is I got some knight armor from where that giant Hydra I was mentioning was, which is right by the tower where that big dude with the big club was at. Basically went over there, I got the knight's armor. I went down here and I was gonna show off a cool skip you can do to cut straight to Blighttown and also get some cool stuff. We'll be doing the depths, but I just want to show off that you can get to the bottom of Blighttown really easily from here, as long as you're playing the Thief or have the Master Key, which requires you to go to the depths anyways. But that's another story. So, first things first, going down here, you may remember last time I was here, we did an exploit. that was related to getting, or I guess not an exploit, how to describe this? We basically went over there and grabbed a Firekeeper soul really early in the game. The second thing I wanted to show off was, look at this sexy holo right here. Man knows he's going to be dying out in a very, very flamboyant way. Alright, and over here, people don't really know this. There's a shopkeeper here. And not only is he a shopkeeper, he's a blacksmith too.
Well, this is unusual. You haven't lost your head. And more importantly, you're free. How on earth? Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Rickett of Vinheim. I was once an established smith. Look at me now. Can you believe it?
Alright, so we can talk to him, but I'm gonna crank up the voice volume because it seems a little quiet. And plus, there's not a lot of characters that when I talk to have too much dialogue to say. Or too much dialogue to say.
What is it?
There we go.
Have you? Oh no. Don't worry. I've no intention of escape. It's safe here. I can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, I've not much to occupy myself. How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in Vinheim.
So Vinheim was a place of magic, and this guy can do magic equipment and such. So if we have green Titanite shards, which then I believe move on to blue Titanite, then we can upgrade our stuff to do magic damage, which scales with intelligence, which is pretty cool. And I don't have any souls to purchase things with, so we'll have to come back here later to go grab some stuff. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk to him.
What is? There's nothing to talk about. We're both cursed, undead. But what's there really to moan about?
Yes, sir.
Come back soon. Smithing helps soothe my nerves. Don't let me wither away out of idleness.
Yeah, he's basically just chill, but he kind of just stuck there of his own volition. So I guess good for him. They found a good spot not to hollow in. So if you are playing the Thief or have the Master Key, you can go out to the Valley of Drakes. You can fetch a couple souls. And right over there, that is a cave that leads directly to a shortcut in Blighttown. So you don't have to do the depths. And Blighttown is the next location we're going to be heading to, eventually. But first I want to show off is that if any of y'all are a fan of dragons, or a fan of zombies, or a fan of zombie dragons, here we got a big old dead dragon. And I believe sequence pick up that, and he doesn't aggro, but the moment you pick up these two items, he gets all pissed. I love what they do with all like the purple stuff. Aha! Get owned. And if you stand up here, you can just avoid all his attacks, and he doesn't really bother. And he can't move from that position because he's kind of, hunched over the ledge. You see, he has no legs, so he's kind of stuck there. But that does poison damage, so be careful if you don't have any moss on you. And over here, we're going to be grabbing a shortcut, a ring, and a humanity. And I believe these drakes are just, they're going to whip my ass, so I want to be careful. I want to take care to avoid them, because they shoot lightning. Which is completely ironic, because that's exactly what they're weak to. Oh god, pick that up. Whew. Let me out. Let me out. Oh, you bitch. Damn it. Alrighty, well, we got stuck, but at least there's nothing to lose, except my humanity, but, I can lose a little bit of humanity. So, yeah, there's a little humanity in that cove there. Thank God I sent the elevator back up. But, things I have a checklist, and the things I wanted to show off today were a couple things related to, how would it basically, play Dark Souls in a more efficient way, because I'm always a fan of, explaining things in Dark Souls. Albeit, it's confusing at first, but when you start picking up on, normal trends, for example, the word scaling may not mean anything to you if you haven't played Dark Souls, but to people who are, really into playing Dark Souls, scaling means a lot. And I'll show it off. I'll show off scaling, equip loads, and a couple of things like that. And what specific items have like what specific uses. But first we're just gonna run over and grab our bloodstain. And then let's go grab, I think we should go get the elevator, then go grab the ring. Because if I grab the ring, I'm pretty much dead set on a path. Because the amount of drakes that are over there, and you saw the amount of damage I was doing to that one drake. So, it's not good. Not looking good for our hero. Yump. Hello. Welcome to stream. Okay. Yeah, there's our stuff. I mean, there's nothing really to gain from it. If you spend a humanity point, when you die, you basically turn back into a hollow, but there's no humanity to gain. Alright, just dodge that. Are you doing soul level 1? Hell no. We're just doing a standard normal game. Standard normal playthrough. I refuse to play Dark Souls at soul level 1. It just doesn't seem fun in the slightest. Yeah. We're just bumping around normal style. But this is more of like a, how do I describe this? Tutorial Souls. I'm kind of showing off everything about Dark Souls 1 that I know of. That I'm fine with it. It's just that the items are common for SL1 runs. To be fair, we also did just start. So, to people who joined the last stream, you may remember that this is where we got the Black Knight Halberd and the shield. When's the next drawing stream? Probably later tonight. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to be doing one. Have you tried SL1? I have tried a couple of SL1 runs, though. They are just annoying, and I don't like them all too much. It's also could just be the fact that I suck at this game, but, I mean, I played the whole series, and I refuse to do any of them because I'm just like, I want to play Dark Souls because Dark Souls is the challenge. I don't want to add more challenge to the challenge. But anyways, let's talk about a couple things. Need some light souls. Fair enough. It is getting quite dark in here, which is why I cranked up that brightness. Quite entertaining if because it has strategic approaches to the game knowledge, type of challenges, no level ups. Whilst that is true, I feel like having to play Dark Souls and work around bosses' resistances is more of a puzzle for me than anyone else. Because I just like fighting the bosses and learning all the attacks. I don't really want to like have the game hard-coded to my brain in order to learn everything there is to know about it for the sake of playing it without leveling up. We also can grab that! Up the ladder. Up! Get up! Okay. I think we're past the point of lightning, so... Oof. Yeah, all these dragon boys is what we're not going to be fighting, but we are going to grab this. Red Tearstone Ring. Now, I'm going to just travel back to Last Bonfire because I don't want to deal with all those drakes, although we're just going to spawn back here, so let's loop our way around. They do make pretty funny noises. Sounds like trying to, like, how do I describe this? I was gonna say it's just trying to, like, tase them, but they're already shooting lightning. Which, if anyone who hasn't played Dark Souls would like a really quick tip, watching the intro cutscene is very good for learning about what dragons are weak to, which is lightning. If you have any lightning spells or you can imbue your weapon with lightning, those do extra damage against dragons and drakes. Despite the fact that they shoot lightning. Funny. The one is not that bad. I tend to not just lean towards adding the whole extra challenge to Dark Souls, because it's kind of like, whilst there is boss scaling and enemy scaling that I don't really have to worry about if you're doing SL1 runs, it's kind of just like, I just want to play Dark Souls. It's like, I don't want to play Ultra Kill while having my arm tied around my back, and yet you see me do the, like, Ultra Kill Must Die challenges and such. Yeah. Bonk. Well, let's see. So, this area, it's a very cool area, because we got funny plant guys. And I did buy a couple of things. If to those who joined the last stream and saw me talk to that blacksmith who was like, "Don't get yourself killed," that was Andre, and he sells a very cool item known as the Crest of Artorias. And the Crest of Artorias, Artorias is a big figure in Dark Souls. But I'll explain what his whole deal is later. We got a crest, and that crest costs a lot of money. I'm being very impatient waiting for Sisyphus. I want them to take their time with it. I really don't want them to rush it. I'm glad of just waiting for long periods of time. But, anyways, here, we have a little bit of an impasse. So, we have this. If you don't have the Crest of Artorias, you have to go through a back route. Or, opening this allows you to skip straight to a boss later. Or at least have a shortcut to the boss. However, to those who are fans of the Dark Souls series and may know something, there are illusory walls. And sometimes they can lead to important things. So, we'll just get all this repaired. But, illusory walls are prevalent throughout a lot of areas. We're just going to be doing the entirety of Darkroot Garden, and then Depths, and then Blighttown, and then Blighttown Shortcut. But, let me just show off a couple of things. So, I could skip straight to the boss. However, I am actually just gonna, like, cut through here. Metaphorically and literally. But, we are going to just be rummaging around, because this area has some pretty good items I can fetch. Oh yeah, be careful when they do that, like, attack where they raise their arms. If you wait too long, they do a unblockable grab attack that does a lot of damage. So, this isn't actually a boss, this is just a loading zone. And fun fact, if you're invading a person or have invaders, they cannot pass that threshold because that is a load zone. We're gonna swap to the halberd to deal with these guys, because I kinda like doing ranged against these folks. These are Stone Knights. And they have a bastard move. A move for bastards. It is called Tranquil Walk of Peace. That move. I don't want to let them do that move because, to those who are not familiar with some of the bindings and spells in this game, that would make me incredibly slow. Like, ungodly slow. It also makes it so that way when I dash or when I roll, it's, like, pathetic. I could show it off, but I might not. So yeah, be wary of the snake on this tree, because they do poison damage. I think it's toxic, I'm not entirely sure. The weird lanky lads. Twin-headed gecko snakes is not something that is not an enemy that doesn't really cross. It's an enemy that doesn't really cross a lot of people's minds when you think Dark Souls enemies. Knight, bigger knight, two-headed snake gecko, of course. Alright, so I believe these guys get active. Okay, I thought they were gonna say that they get active when I grab that item, which is I think one of my favorite armor sets in the game, right next to the Giant's armor. But we want to be careful with these guys, because they can do a lot of damage. Okay, don't you Tranquil Walk of Peace. Don't give me that item. Okay. So let me show this off. So, he ensnared me, and now I can't roll. That's my rolling animation. You can still attack perfectly. It's just that rolling and running and moving is, like, dismal. You want to be careful with that. We're going to go fight the boss up here, and then I am going to show off a secret. So that's the Elite Knight armor. That's the one that the guy who saved us at the beginning in the asylum was wearing. His name is Oscar, and he's cool. Okay. Yump. As long as you're fast enough, you can avoid that attack. Dead and ass. And, poke. Ooh. Okay, get me out of here. Oh, okay, I thought it was out of the radius. Oh, I think it's just if I get... Whoa! I think it's just if I get near them. I've had a lot of mixed emotions of why Tranquil Walk of Peace was activating. And why that ragdoll was so goofy. Do Tranquil Walk of Peace. On. Alright, cool. We're not dead, so that's good. I think last stream we only died like twice. I think it was probably once. Because there was those 3 damn-ass rats in that damn-ass place. They're doing damn-ass damage. Oh, and also if you wanna... You don't really have to cut through this area in order to get to the boss. You just have to... You just have to walk through around the side. And it's actually marked by these flowers. And you can just follow the path and you won't encounter any enemies. Until you get to around this corner and have to go in there where you have to fight at least one of them. Whoa. There we go. Poke and a poke. There we go. These guys can occasionally drop some very useful items for if you are inflicted with a curse that'll show up later. Not the status effect curse, just an ailment that sucks. And a bonk. Cool. I'm glad we're clearing out this area very easily with the halberd. Alright, so we're gonna be fighting a very funny boss. This is the funny boss, so get your longbows out. Make sure you can normal roll. Or I guess fast rolls a turn. Now, can I swap to leather? No, leather's actually heavier than night. Damn. I should do this and then what's the lowest I got? There we go. Fast rolls. Fast rolls give you more immunity frames and are quicker, but require a less of a quick load. So, this is the Moonlight Butterfly. A very cool boss. I like their design. However, their boss fight kind of sucks. Okay, and I guess I'm not using the bow for this, so just de-equip that. So, this boss is infamous for just kind of sucking. They basically will just shoot a bunch of attacks at you. They're very pretty. I love their design. But their whole gimmick with the fight is that they stay at a distance, and you're meant to wait until they become available to hit. I also love the music during this fight. And this motif actually shows up in a later boss in the series. But yeah, you just kind of gotta wait. It sucks, but whatever. I wonder if we're gonna get to see their like really rare attack. They have an attack where they shoot a laser. I wonder if we get to see that. Come on. We get it, you're so cool and pretty. Oh, thank you, Alts and Shets, for subscribing. That also scared the shit out of me because I keep forgetting that notification's on and it's very abrupt. Alright, here we go. So, they do this. I'm also going to show off something. Look at their health. It's actually going up. This is not to say that the boss regenerates health. It's actually because when they sit on that moss on the banisters. Oh, there's laser. When they sit on that moss on the banisters, they actually gain health because they're eating the moss. How cute. I also do believe I have a magic shield I can be using. Which one was it? Was it Dragon Crest? Fire damage. Oh, I put it away in storage. Shit. Oh yeah, fun fact, you can also open your menu and look at a couple of things and quick swap to items and such whilst also walking. A very useful strategy in PvP is being able to do swaps of like armor and equipment depending on the scenario. Like if a person's using a lot of magic, you can quick swap and change your armor to be more defensive against magic. Why are you going over here? Can we go on the main bridge? Thank you. Oof. Alright, get down now. You good there? Whoa. Okay, cool. Yeah, this time we're just gonna kill him. And a bonk. There we go. That is the Moonlight Butterfly. A pretty dog shit boss, but I like the atmosphere of it. It's cool. And then, what a thrill, silent through the night, so supreme. There we go. And look, it kind of looks like Andre, just another blacksmith. We get the Watchtower basement key, which this actually leads to Havel if we didn't have the master key. and a Divine Ember, and a Homeward Bone. And I believe a fun fact is that I wonder if this is only in Prepare to Die. Yeah, I think it's only in Prepare to Die. In a older version of Dark Souls that is now unavailable to purchase, called Prepare to Die Edition. In an older version, if you were to break that table that had all the items and weapons on it, they would actually just slide. For some odd reason, they just slide. I think it's because their like movement was all glitched out, but they slide around. Also, look at that! We're right above where we fought the little grass guys. And then right back over there is where we were just starting. Look at that. Look at how much progress we made. And we're just actually going to walk back because I want to get to a secret area that you can head to. But yeah, it's always fun for me to just kind of point out all this Dark Souls stuff because I love this game. Now let's see. Over here... yeah, that's a moving tree. And you can't actually target onto it. But there's a tree here. And it's an enemy. You can kill it and gain souls, I guess. Nobody really knows what the tree's about. Or what these things are about. These are stingray frogs, or like ray frogs or whatever. I forgot the name of them. But, they basically just... yeah, they do tongue attacks. They exist, I guess. I do actually have a fun fact about them, and if you watch the channel Limit Breakers, you may have also seen this. If you incur the wrath of the mighty frog, they actually have a property with water, which is weird because down here there's no water. Only up here is there. So if we get one of these guys to get onto one of these pools, let's get this guy out of here. Move a couple corpses. Look at this. They glide across the water. You can't really see it all too well, but they skirt along it. Which is really weird, considering the fact that there's no water down there, so why did they have an animation for going on the water? Well, let's just kill this guy. It's, these guys are weird. I don't know what the whole thing about having stingray frogs is about. But I guess it exists, so therefore it's cool. But yeah, the channel Limit Breakers is also a really good channel to watch if you need help on something, or want to know some like pretty... I'd call it useless, but genuinely sometimes it's actually pretty cool to look at. Like how lightning damage is affected, and water arcs. By using lightning and water, you can actually cause some special properties to occur. We can head over there to grab a ring, I believe, but we're actually going to walk over here and go fight these baddies. These little lads. First going to fight frogs and then big guy. I probably should be grabbing a drink as well because I'm getting a bit thirsty. That we've been talking about all this water. Oh! Oh, and also if anyone likes a funny meme, yeah, the Dark Souls hit sounds for the male are a bit cursed. With the female, it's like... with female characters, it sounds just like, you know, a normal sound of a person getting hurt. In this, the male... okay, I don't know why Tranquil Walk of Peace is still activated. Whoa! He's doing advanced strats. He's perfectly timing Tranquil Walk of Peace as soon as I start to roll. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm not dying today. But, what was I gonna say? It's pretty cursed. The male hit sounds, for if you're playing as just a normal dude, are way more cursed than if you're playing as a female, because when you're playing as a female character, it just sounds like you're getting hurt. It just sounds like, you know, a woman getting stabbed, or, yeah, poked, or dying. In this one, the male sounds, it just sounds like, just straight up like an orgasm. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat it. In fact, you know what? I might intentionally get hit so we can hear it. See what I mean? It just sounds like, you know, lots of quote-unquote pleasure. I got Green Blossom. That frog is carrying some weed, damn it. Alright. We get up to here, and I believe there is one more Stone Knight up here. I also apologize that some of these are a bit boring to watch. But then again, I don't really care, because I like Dark Souls, and I just kind of want to explain a bunch of stuff. Other than life stories. They don't have a lot of life stories, but I do have a lot of Dark Souls. Just die already. Bonk. Now them dropping their sword and or shield. Alright, now we get the Wolf Ring, which is actually really good for my build. The Wolf Ring boosts poise, which if you want to know what poise is all about, let me tell you. Poise is a mechanic in this game that basically follows the rule of when you get hit or you take a knockback. And knockback can be defined by like a knockdown, which is getting hit by a really heavy attack that sends you back and requires you to basically roll out of or wait until the character gets up. Which is the reason why when I got hit by those big stone golem guys, it knocked me on the ground, forcing me to do an animation to either get up or just wait for my character to get up. Poise basically is like when you get hit, is your attack being interrupted? So if I had an incredibly high amount of poise, actually wait, am I going the right way? I might butterfly head over to there. I believe the only way we can go forward now is through either Crest of Artorias or fighting the Hydra. So yeah, let's go fight a Hydra. I don't want to do Crest of Artorias just yet, because I kind of want to make allies with a special someone. Who, if any of you are pet fans, then you might like. The whole poise mechanic is a bit weird to explain, but essentially all you have to know is that, hey, is your armor really tanky and really big and really buff and really sturdy? Then you're probably not going to be getting your attacks interrupted by any moves that enemies do. Like, for example, if a hollow were to hit me, or just any enemy of that matter, if a hollow hits me, and I don't have a lot of poise, then my attack will be interrupted if I'm attacking them at the exact same time. However, if I have a high amount of poise, it basically will still do the same amount of damage, but I will basically just tank the knockback and then be able to do my attack over theirs, which is pretty cool. It's a very weird mechanic, but I like it. It just makes it so that way if you have a really beefy build that revolves around having good armor, that you can tank a lot of hits and also dish out a lot of damage really easily. We're also going to be running down here because I actually want to fetch the bonfire, because what we're going up against is a fucking Hydra that will probably kill me very easily. So let's see. I also went through to every bonfire that we've been to, and basically just kindle them, so I now get 10 Estus instead of 5. Oh, and also to anyone who is wondering about, hey, isn't warping to bonfires a thing in the second and third game? That is true. It is also accessible in this, although we have to get past a specific point in order to warp, which I kinda like, but don't really like at the same time. I hate how late you get the ability to warp, but I also like how it kind of restricts it so that we kind of have to walk around these environments and soak it all in. So these guys are Titanite Golems. At least I think that's what they're called. They do that. I like their design. They're really cool. But they're all made of Titanite. And also you do that. Which I love that move. It's such a cool effect. Oh yeah, and one of the weird examples of a big enemy dying and not leaving behind a ragdoll, which is odd to see because the stone golems are definitely among the same weight as these lads, and yet they flop around like fish when you kill them. Oh, it should be 2 enemies, huh? Oh yeah, that Hydra will take care of a lot of these guys' health. Woo. Ah. Okay, let's heal real quick. Uh-oh. Okay, we're not dying here. Bonk. And bonk. There. There we go. Okay. Methodically. And we're going to equip this. Improves balance on poor footing. May not seem like much, but notice that the Hydra is in water, or at least like foot deep water. I can stand in it, but that means my character would basically have, oh god, my character would have a, would basically not be able to roll and also would suck. Okay, let's not die before we even get to the guy. Also, if you want to know another fun fact, this guy's not actually a boss. More of a mini boss, but you also want to be careful because if you look at the footing here, I can roll and such and move perfectly now because I have the Rusted Iron Ring. Hearing that growl means he'll charge at you, and we're just gonna be doing some poke head. The way to play poke head is you just poke the heads. There's also a very thin line in the water. If I cross that line, I die because it is a deep pit. Let's get, oh damn. There's always a really annoying enemy to deal with. We're getting through it. You don't have to chop off all the heads, but I believe in this area, chopping off all the heads is basically required. You just gotta take your time with it. Bonk. I believe now the lunges don't actually affect me. Damn it. Damn it. I need to do an R2. Strong attack! Wow. Brilliant. There we go. That's it, I'm getting me mallet. Okay, now they're gonna be a bit farther back. Sucks, but whatever. And now I believe equipping the Hollover would be the right play. Nice. Okay, and one more should do the trick. Oh, there's already one more. Shit. And bonk. While this game's copying Elden Ring. Ah, yes. I love the fight Hydras in my favorite game, Elden Ring. Seriously, what a cool enemy. And, maybe asking, what the hell's back there? We'll get to that. But first, we gotta get back into the groove of climbing very large things with funny music in the background. So, yeah, we're gonna be singing a little song here. What a thrill. I like this song so much, but I don't know the lyrics. I kinda know the tone, 'cause it's cool in my heart. And you're so supreme. Okay, I don't really know the lyrics. Come on, man, stop streaming and play real games like Fortnite. You know, I haven't considered that. Man, you're right. Also, what a precarious ledge. Why would they have that? I'm treating like that. But if copying where the horse. Oh, I'll tell you where the horse is. This game doesn't have a battle pass system, so it's 0 out of 10. Get the new Dark Souls paddle pass. Get the new Dark Souls Battle Pass for Fortnite. You can now play as Solaire of Astora, Oscar of Astora, and now you can do Souls-like mechanics in Fortnite, which just kind of turns it into Remnant of from the Ashes. Which, by the way, really cool game. I love Remnants. Ow. Poke. Ow. Poke. Just cutting the bushes. It's free-to-play mechanics like Fortnite. They just have skins and guns called bows. That is true. Do you think I should... Actually, wait. You know what? Hold on. Okay, this guy's attacking me. He's forcing me. Okay, hit him for a 6. Hit him for 12. Alright, 318. Knocked him. Got him limbed. Just making like horrible, like Fortnite callouts. Or I guess just any type of callouts, but specifically for Dark Souls. Okay, and enemies on my left. Okay, starting to engage. I'm gonna engage him. Okay, 106. Okay, I limbed him. Okay, I'm not taking a lot of damage, so I don't have used my medkit yet. Okay, there's a lot of enemies. Got a whole squad on me. Huge squad on me. Okay, this guy suck at the game. Okay, I took a lot of damage from that hit. He hit me for 100. Okay, I'm backing up. Okay, cover me. I need a medkit. This is dumb. I'm probably gonna die now. Note to self: don't reference Fortnite in front of the bushes. They get mad. Luckily, these guys don't really know how to navigate the trees, but neither do I. It also needs to let me build. That is true. That would be so cursed. Imagine if you're just like watching a normal Dark Souls clip and they're going through like Tomb of the Giants or something, just like rummaging around, and it's just like, oh man, I need to get over to that item, and it just starts like pulls out the whole Fortnite like build system and just builds on over to it. I saw one that was like CS:GO, and the person was like in like CP dust and was just trying to peek around a ledge, and then turns around and immediately starts building a ramp over to the other side, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I believe, yeah, that's the area that led down to Darkroot Basin. Cool. I'm also might have to grab out my monster in a moment. They should add a Souls coin system to allow you to buy the best armor weapons in the game. Oh, good lord. I'm so glad that From Software stuck to what they're good at, which is making good games. Because I swear to god, if they started leaning into more, like, Fortnite aspects after, like, Dark Souls 2, I'm gonna lose it. Oh, lads. Okay. So, this is the section I really didn't want to deal with, but I guess we're doing it now! Bonk. Bonk. Go away. That's my stick that I poke people with to make them go away. So, these guys are rats. They suck. Wait, can I want to parry this guy. Okay. There, Dark Souls procedure. Yoink. Oh, get fucked. Of course, it's a lot less impressive that now these aren't actual humans, but you can imagine if I hit a couple of these parries that I'd be pretty good. I don't have stamina! Ow. Alright, well, luckily that's not too bad of a detour, because considering the fact that we looped around back to the Crest of Artorias, I can just walk through one door and I'm instantly able to grab my stuff. And I rested at the wrong... Oh, I rested at this bonfire because I was dealing with the Hydra. Okay. That makes sense, my brain. We're going to be doing this, and we're going to be doing... Can I actually... I want to see something. If I equip Bandit Knife, can I wear the Elite Armor? Because the Elite Armor is really good early game. Nope, can't fast roll with it. What about normal Night Helm? Even worse, okay. What about Thief Mask with it? Nope. There we go. That's the correct spot I like to be in. So let me, while I'm doing this, running back to the area, let me explain what the whole deal with the reason why I care so much about having a lowered equip load. Like for example, if you see my rolls, they're really quick and really fast and can get out of sticky situations pretty easily. But if I do that, that is called a medium roll, or just a normal roll to some people. That's a good spot to be in. It's not as quick, but it's not super heavy. But it's very nice. No, FromSoft don't know what gamers want. Gamers want guns, and they want to fight stuff with those guns. With skins, loot boxes, and battle pass. Facts. I don't think Fortnite has loot boxes, does it? I haven't played Fortnite like at all. I think the last time I ever played it was like last year, and that's because I was doing a revisit to just see what it was about. And wow, yeah, it certainly got more chaotic, and I hate it. I remember back in Season 7 of Chapter 1 was when I first played. And then I stopped playing because it started sucking. But anyways, getting back on topic. When a medium roll has less iframes than a fast roll, and a super heavy load, for example, wearing like really beefy armor and having really beefy weapons, it sucks. Let me show you what it looks like. You basically just want to have your equip load be absolute dog shit. Well, let's see, just wearing incredibly heavy armor, and then getting a big shield, or actually, big weapon. I could oh, you know what I should do? Here. So now you see my walking speed is lowered, and my stamina regenerates super slowly. And when I'm doing this roll, it's incredibly slow. So that is the slow roll, which is sucks. It gives you basically some of the least amount of invincibility frames in the game. It's garbage. Let's see. Let's go back to normal armor that I'm wearing. But if I have fast armor, it helps quite a lot. So for example, that's the reason why I'm wearing leather armor. That little dark symbol, I don't really know what it represents. I mean, I know what it is. It's equip load. You can see it always on the far left of any of the stats that I'm looking at. I believe the defenses are, you got normal defense or physical defense, magic defense, fire defense, lightning defense, how much durability it has, and then the equip load. So yeah, make sure to have all of those in check, because if you have a super high equip load, sure, you might be tanky, but you also could potentially just get yourself screwed over by not being able to engage enemies without, without a lot of invincibility frames to back you up. Sorry, you may hear me struggling a bit to grab something, because I'm grabbing this, gamers. Delicious. Rosa about to explain the whole game. Only a mechanic. And plus, I like Dark Souls. I like talking about Dark Souls. It's fun. Go back to target. I believe I can actually cheese them, but I kind of don't wanna. All right, who's up first? Oh, I wish that was a double parry. He has a new figures of watching stream. Oh, okay, we got our stuff. Okay, here's what we'll do. You. Oh, that would have been so cool. Ah! Ow. Ah, sorry. Drink a monster. Now, I actually want to explain why that did so much damage. While chat is arguing around each other. That is called counter damage. You may notice, at the end of my roll, when I didn't have any invincibility frames, I took a massive shitload of damage from that guy with the Zweihander. That is because, if you perform an animation, at the beginning and end of the animation, I think actually no, during the whole animation, if you get hit during it, you take more damage as counter damage. So that's the reason why at the end of that roll, it when I lost invincibility frames and I was trying to run away, it did so much damage. It's because I was in that state of like, I was in the state of still able to take a shitload of damage. So for example, let's see. This also applies to taking damage after a roll, during moves, and a couple of other things! So, Oh, that was a solid wombo combo from the two of them. Alright, I think we might have to bring out the cheese. Gamers, I believe it's time for a little bit of cheese. Would you like some mozzarella with this dark root garden? Because it's time. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's time to bring out the cheese. Observe. Hey guys! Mine just he's gone. I believe that's actually one of the only dudes in this area who can't respawn when you kill them. So, funny. That is true. They're getting to unnecessary amounts of lollygagging. Bleed. There we go. Nice. Oh, the power of bleed damage. Okay. Who's the next guy again? A thief, I believe, is somewhere around this area? Where are you? There you are. Hard to target this guy. He's a thief. Bring it. Oh god. And the cleric. Shit. What? That was a bad partial parry. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Keep a range. He's casting miracles on himself, I think. Oh. Okay. That bar. I want to explain this. That bar on the bottom that fills up slowly. That is bleed damage. When I successfully take a lot of bleed damage, I won't die. I'll just take a lot of damage. I could cheese them, but I kind of wanna. Oh god, I'm gonna backstep. Oh! Alright, that's it. To the pit with you. I lied about cheesing. To the pit. Enemies. Getting hate comments on the internet is the most cringe thing ever. It is. It's just like, who cares? Like, until we really talk face to face. Oh. It's like, if you talk face to face with someone, a hate comment, it's gonna be a lot more effective than just saying it on the internet with, like, nothing backing it up. It's like, I hate these kinds of people. Cool, and? Nope, that's it. That's my whole personality. Okay. Come on now. Why don't you, stop offending there, bud? I'm going to take a sip right in front of you. Nope. Lied. This looks exactly like invasions in Elden Ring. It's always 1v3. This is, these are the old invasions. So this is like Gang Squad City. I might, show off an invasion or two. Nice. And that is the power of bleed damage. It was doing a little bit of damage, and it was doing a lot of damage. Okay, we're almost to the point that I would like to be at with this Covenant. This is the bad guy. Wow. As long as you know how to get some good spacing in, you should be good. I feel like this game is this game, I love the parrying system, because it's just like, you either hit it, kinda hit it, or you don't. It's not like you kinda have to, like, manipulate the world around you in order to get the parry. Bonk. Alright. So here, I'm going to take a sip of this monster, and then I'm going to explain what's going to happen. So that was all a part of a covenant, which, covenants in this game are groups that commonly feature in online presence and have to do with something around the area. So for example, we're going to be joining the Forest Covenants. Yeah, exactly. This area has a covenant. If we talk to the covenant person, they allow us to join the group and basically be a part of the club. So if I join this covenant, these people won't attack me anymore if I respawn. However, the cat.
Is it not so
that talks.
Thou art new?
I will let him speak.
Fared well to find me, but cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorius? My advice true. Forget this. The legend of Artorias art none but a fabrication. Traversing the dark. 'Tis but a fairy tale. Have thine own respect. Go not yonder knocking for nothing,
Ow.
I say.
Well, Artorias was a person who did exist, and I disagree with you, but sure.
Well, indeed, thou art a strange one. Nevertheless, I feel some liking for thee. I'm Alvina of the Dark Root.
Smash or pass? Pet.
Command
Because I'm not a fucking animal.
who track down defilers.
Or a terrible person, of that matter.
What dost thou say? Wilt thou not join us? Oh, yes, I believe we would suit thee well.
Sure.
I am very glad. And now thou art one of us.
Yay.
Let us establish a covenant.
Okay. I want to be part of the cat squad. Always more of a cat guy.
And here taketh this ring.
Thank you.
If thou wearest that ring, it allows for thine summoning. If mine senses reveal intruders, then I will summon thee. Fend them off, sir. I beseech only this. I shall summon others who will, by their honor, work tirelessly with thee. Thou shalt receive great reward, and whatsoever ye shall pillage will be thine own. A true agreement, not so? But thou must heed the golden rule.
Oh.
The clan is thine own family. To thine kinsman forever stay true. Darest not in any attempt to double-cross. Have no doubt, such wretchedness never will we tolerate.
Okay. So basically, let me explain what this whole covenant's about. These people are defenders of the forest. If a person comes into this forest, and I am wearing the ring that they gave me, this one, if I'm wearing this ring, and someone who is not a part of this covenant goes into here with humanity, I can get summoned to fight them and ward them off. There's also these guys. This is Shiva. I like their... Shiva, the armor set. Holy shit. Eastern armor set. It is so sick. Reminds me of like kind of like a Sekiro mini-boss.
I've heard all about you. I'm Shiva of the East, captain of the brigade.
Yeah, damn right you are.
Let's teach you the clan basics now, as there's no time to chat in the midst of fighting.
Fair enough.
Except there is little in the form of rules, you hear.
Okay.
Fight and hunt as you like. Whoever's fastest gets the prey. That's the way we do it. Only, don't forget what Alvina said. Traitors aren't given a second chance.
Have I 100% of this game?
For any reason. That's about it then.
I haven't
Don't
gotten
worry.
the, like,
It's a
all the
good
rare
time,
equipment,
isn't it?
and,
Great
all
to
the,
have you with us.
I haven't gotten all the rare
Good
equipment,
hunting to you.
and I haven't gotten all the, I haven't gotten, like, the weird, like, oh, you gotta get a weapon up to full level with magic or whatever, so I didn't get those achievements. I plan to do those in an achievement hunting later, but not now.
Don't worry now. You'll be called in soon enough. Hunters with patience score the best kills.
Thank you. And there's this guy. He doesn't talk. He does drop a pretty cool ring, though, when you kill him, which is not what we're going to do. Alright, now it's time to move on. Go, hop around. Oh, and to anyone who would like a quick tip, who doesn't know anything about, any of the item locations in this game, walking across that bridge and going behind here grants you... ta-da! Really beefy armor. I despise this game anyway. This, I will say the amount of achievements, I don't like the achievements in this game because some of them just devolve down into getting a weapon to a specific level, which I don't like. I wish it was just, you know, you get the weapon and then you use it or something. I don't know. I don't want an achievement based around it. Also, there's fucking walking mushrooms. But yeah, it's weird. Some of the achievements are fine, it's just beat the boss. But, the achievements in 1 are a bit odd because it's all like... Oh, sorry. Because it's all just like, yeah, you gotta get this weapon to a specific level, or get all the rare weapons. Yeah. Just walking mushrooms. And if you want to know a fun fact, they're all circling around those 2 big mushrooms in the middle. And if anyone is a fan of foraging and or takes place with like gardening or working with mushrooms, you may notice that a circle of mushrooms is a fairy ring. They're making a little fairy ring around their parents. How cute. These guys also hit like a truck. I'm not kidding. You know what, actually? I'm gonna get hit by one, and I just want to show off how much damage they do with an unblocked attack. Ready? Ow! You see what I mean? They're so cute and strong. They hit pretty damn hard. And unfortunately, we will have to kill these because there is a chest I can grab. Actually, you know what? They walk pretty slow. You know what, actually? That's not the right side. Oh! Oh, it opened. Yoink. I'm dead. I got it, though. I don't want to hurt the mushrooms today. Today is not a very mushroom-herdy day. I just want to go and fight the boss. Unfortunately, we will have to fight someone who is, a lot of people don't really like to fight. Not specifically because they're difficult, specifically because of moral reasons. I'll show that off in a moment. But, I'm just gonna go snatch my souls and, pop back. Yeah, now that I'm part of the Covenant, these guys won't attack me anymore. And it's really weird. If you remember that guy who had the Zwalhander who was attacking me at the very beginning, who also had a ghostly visage, they don't respawn, which is really weird to see. I also believe if I join a different Covenant, they'll get aggro again, which is actually good because there is one unique version of those guys. One of them is called Pharos, I believe, is the name, or Pharos, and they drop a pretty cool hat. Do not the good boy. I'll have to do it because of, you know... Wait, no, I have to. I was like, no, wait a minute, I don't actually have to fight them. I do have to fight them, but... Fuck. You know what, actually? How about this? So, I'm probably just gonna spoil it now. There is a boss behind that door who is a big dog with a sword called Sif, who protects Artorias' grave, which is what that dog was like. Cat, which is what that cat was talking about. And that dog, people don't like to fight them because if you get them down to low health, he starts limping, which is not what you'll like to see, and it's also very adorable. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open and go in there because there is a ring I can grab in there before anything else. But there's also a special cutscene that happens if I decide to do things in a very weird way. They open up this door, and then there is Artorias' grave. And Artorias was this like super big figure in the lore. Is a cat there? Yeah, there's a... Well, there isn't a cat that you can talk to over here. But there is Alvina, who warns us not to visit the grave. We get the Hornet Ring. And we're just gonna swoop on around over here, just to avoid touching the grave. If we walk near the grave enough, then the boss will start. So we're just gonna avoid it. But, don't call it a Jilf cat. It's just a cat. Man. I need a cigarette after that one. Jesus. Anyways, what was I gonna say? If you perform a little bit of a sequence break, you can initiate a special cutscene with them, with the dog, which some might say makes it even worse to kill them if you do it, because it's adorable. But yeah. Oh, also, just to talk about Eclipse, here is the cat that we were referring to. And to give you a visual demonstration, there they are. I love the little emotes. They're goofy. Anyways, I believe there's something else I can do here. Maybe. I kind of just want to rummage around and see if I could find anything else. Because I believe there might be 1 or 2 items that I'm forgetting. But yeah, that cat informs us that the Grave of Artorias basically just shouldn't be trampled. Or actually, no. They don't say it shouldn't be trampled upon. They basically just tell you to just not go visit the grave because it's pretty much useless. And they say that grave sucks. Why is he smiling at that? They're a happy cat. They're a smiley cat. Because she doesn't have a big mouth. Also, there's these cats. Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna read that. There's also these cats, which are rats. And by rats, I mean, like, aggressive. Okay, we're just gonna poke these ones. I said I'm a cat person, but not these ones. They also do a lot of damage if you're not careful, so be careful. Oh, that's it. Okay, speaking of bosses, who's your favorite? Ironically, it's the one that the cat told me was fake. Artorias. That fight is so much fun. And then they released the final boss of Dark Souls 3. Or, like, the final boss. I won't spoil who it is, because it is a very big surprise. But they basically just made, like, at least not a dog, they'd be too fast. That is true. Well, cats are agile and do a lot of damage. But in Dark Souls 3, they basically just have Artorias, but like crazier. And this game has you can fight Artorias because you hear all about him and then eventually you go and fight him. I'm also going the wrong way. You hear all about him and you can eventually go fight him. He's one of my favorite fights. Oh yeah, this is the person we're gonna kill later because they drop a cool bow and a cool hat. But anyways, yeah, heading over and fighting Artorias. Dark Souls 3 just has a better Artorias, but in this one, it's so cool. I love the Red Hood too. It's a really sick fight. And I'm just not going to say the name because you do eventually meet them in the DLC of Dark Souls 3. And you kind of hear about them in the like previous versions, but I'm just not going to say who it is because I don't want to spoil anything to people who haven't played it. But yeah, Artorias in this game is my favorite. Manus, that's a good pick. Manus was... I don't really like Manus a lot because fighting them is just kind of annoying for me. It's mainly just because, like, I guess... How do I describe this? I guess it's more, annoying... Oh god. Ah! I don't like that. Get me out of here. Okay, we're just gonna avoid the cats. You don't have to kill them. And even if you do, there's only 3 of them in the entire game. And they're all in that area. Very weird. But Manus is a really cool fight. I just don't like fighting him all too much because I've said in my Sekiro streams that I prefer fighting bosses. Oh, you need help there? Yeah, just go that way. There you go. Cleric Beast? That's a very good comparison. I feel like Manus is like Cleric Beast, but like you basically took the Cleric Beast and just said, hey, how about you give the Cleric Beast a gun? And it's like, well, we can't add a gun because it's Dark Souls. No, just give him, like, semi-automatic dark magic. And then you got Manus for you. Manus, it's a really cool design. Like, Manus is one of my favorite looking bosses in the whole series. But I don't really like fighting them. It's kind of annoying. Pinwheel's my favorite boss. I've killed when played Demon's Souls for the first time. To be shooting fire like Charizard. Ah yes. Pinwheel. An exquisite taste. Every single time I see Pinwheel, I always just get a big smirk on my face. Because I released a video on my VOD channel a very long time ago called Pinwheel Meets the Club in 5.55 seconds. And it is a video that is dedicated to me buffing my armor and stuff to the most extreme amounts, running over and one-shotting Pinwheel instantly. And that video is still up, you can still see it, but... Actually, you know what? How about I just show it off on stream? Let me just get the video up. You might hear a little bit of God-Directed Crafted's music for just like a split second, unless I pause it perfectly. There we go. First thing I did after beating Manus was go make his catalyst. Ah! Roderick. His catalyst is pretty cool. All the fucking boss designs are so sick. I love them. Sorry, I just saw a VOD archive that someone did. Apparently, this person was fighting the smelt. Oh, that's why! This person's fighting the Smelter Demon, and it says part 99 of Dark Souls 2. He's fighting the Smelter Demon, and I'm like, you're at part 99? And it's like, that makes sense, he's only doing 30-minute streams. Which, I try to keep mine around the 2-hour mark. This one might be 3 hours, because... boog. But, let me get the video on real quick. Chad Giant. Oh, everyone loves Giant Dad. That's always a fun thing to see when you're doing PvP, is that a person has just completely given up on being able to play the game. Not to throw shade towards anyone who does Giant Dad, it's just annoying. Alright, now, I warn you. Alright, I'm going to show this off, okay? Oomph. Look at that. That is a dreadful, like, amount of quality. And you're about to hear my mic sound like shit, alright? We're gonna just play the video, we're gonna get through it. This beginning part is just me buffing my equipment. So we'll just cut to the part where I bonk Pinwheel. So let's see. I will now proceed to stay a little bit silent, and you're just gonna hear me talk. Although it's gonna be at, like, quite possibly the worst, like, mic quality ever. So, pardon me for a second. Let's do this. But yeah, that is my, you also may have noticed that it's incredibly quiet. That's because I didn't know how audio worked, and now I do. I always try to keep it, on Streamlabs, when you're doing audio readouts, there is a green, a yellow, and a red section, and I always try to avoid getting into the yellow section because I figured that was too loud. No, if you're in the green section, it just sounds like shit. I'm always in the red, baby. Oh, baby, I'm always in the red. And now the audio quality is thriving because of it. Oh, sorry. You just heard more of that. Okay. But yeah, that is my old ass video. Whoa. I didn't even whoa. I didn't even that is an advanced I didn't even realize that is an advanced technique you're doing there. Look at that. That's like me trying to tap along to the music of, like, breakcore. You know what I mean? Trying to keep that BPM with your feet. That's kind of beautiful. What mask did he drop? I think it was Mask of the Mother. I'm not entirely sure. It was such a long time ago, and that's the reason why when I'm renaming the VODs, this is the Dark Souls revisit. Because I'm just kind of doing this, but, like, better and cool. But yeah. That is my old ass video. Actually, wait, we gotta probably should level up. Actually, no, I don't want to level up just yet. In fact, I do have a lot of souls. I could level these up, but I kind of wanna. I might start upgrading stuff off stream, but what can I upgrade from this collection? Nothing really. I can upgrade this once. I don't really want it because Drake's Sword falls off really quickly. It's really good early game, but then after a while it just starts to suck. So we're going to be doing this. Put these in there. Lyhander. Where's Club? Partisan. Put that in there. Do I already have a Partisan? No. Trying to be sure what weapons I have, just to be sure. Velga, a couple talismans. Keep the target shield. That away, and probably take that out. Cool. I like always having my inventories very clean and all tidy, so that way I can just, you know, swap to what I need. Oh, we did get the Dragon Crest shield as well. What was this again? Fire damage, magic damage, normal damage. Okay. Cool. Coolio. Let me take a sip of my monster real quick. But I kind of want to do this revisit of Dark Souls, because not only is it one of my favorite games of all time, it's also I didn't really explain a lot of stuff back then. I kind of just like had everything happen, but I kind of want to have this be like tutorial Souls for people who don't know about Souls games. Kind of just explaining them poorly, but at least explaining them. Alright, so we're going to be doing this. Now, I'm going to show off something, and we might have to go online for this. So let me do this real quick. The game will start in offline mode? No. Log in. There we go. So now, we are online. This allows us to see messages and such. So let's show off what the whole Covenant's about. Oh, and by the way, when you go online, this is when you can start seeing messages on the ground. Oh, I have a password on, right? I had a password on for when I was playing just by myself a very long time ago. And yes, it is These Nuts. I believe that was in 2018, so back when that was still funny. Matchmaking Global. Okay. Yep. Now we are an unrestricted password, so now it's kind of just everywhere. So, this is online. I want to be careful. Because being online means I can get invaded, although I don't think I can get invaded here because I'm a part of the Covenant. So watch what happens when I put on this ring. Searching for a world to invade. So what's going to happen now is it is going through the whole web to figure out if there's anybody in this forest at my level, or near my level, which is level 0 to 49, checking if they are part of the Covenant, and checking if they're in the forest as a human. If all that matches up, I invade their world and go whoop their ass, or they kill me. Whichever happens first. And it could theoretically take a very long time. Oh, or it can start right now. Also, a strat, you don't have to keep this on during the, you don't have to keep that on while you're, invading. All you have to do is have it on as you're invading, not when you're invading. And now, I get summoned as a blue guy. And now I have to go kill the host. I will probably get my ass kicked. I haven't done Dark Souls PvP in, I think, most likely like 5 years. It's been a fat while, so pardon me if I just suck, okay? Cut me a little slack. Are they just damn ass right there? Oh, wait, that's not them. That's the wizard guy, right. I think they're probably trying to amp the entrance. That was super fast for DS1 standards. I was surprised, too. Are they? It was pretty fast. I remember Dark Souls 1 loading times, at, like, high-level play. Just dreadful. It was like you seriously had to wait what felt like years to get a match. I also might want to be a little courteous and let them go fight the enemies first. I'm not a guy who likes to do the whole shtick of like, oh hey, you're fighting a bunch of enemies? Oh shit, hi. Oh. Wanna fight? Are we doing this? I'm gonna let him fight that guy first. And that guy. We'll see what happens first. I'm not the type of guy to be incredibly douchebaggy during play, so I'm gonna let him sort out what he wants, or if he's just gonna avoid. Damn. I do be aggressive. I don't wanna... Well, you're gonna have to go fight the guys anyways. I have to go fight that guy. No, go fight this guy first. Then fight me. I want this guy to be, like, ready. I don't want him to just get ganked by enemies as I'm fighting him. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Be good. And that's that Dark Souls PvP shit. Might get backstabbed here. Okay. But yeah, Dark Souls PvP is mainly just go for backstabs. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're almost done. Unless he wants to nest this. Where are you? That's a dead end. That you're. What is he doing? Oh. Okay then. Well, that's Dark Souls PvP for you. I guess I still kind of had it in me. Alright, cool. Well, that's how invasions work. You go over and you backstab the guy a bunch until it happens. Until it works. And now we're gonna go turn off online, because I don't want to get invaded. I don't like getting invaded. Okay, it did sign me out. Good. But yeah, that's how Dark Souls PvP normally goes. You just kind of backstab a person until they die. It's a shameful system, but you kind of have to take what you get with Dark Souls 1, and especially the netcode. If you ever get invaded and have experienced immense amounts of lag specifically on the other person, that can probably mean one of two things. Either your internet's... I thought I was logged out. Yeah, those are, I guess to explain those are player ghosts. It just shows what another player is doing at any given moment. Weird. I guess that one was just left over. But yeah, unfortunately that guy decided to take the plummet instead of, doing a couple things. And you know what? I kind of want to do an interesting build this run. Strength Faith. I kind of want to see where this goes. And call me, and I know, Faith builds are not viable in Dark Souls 1. I just gotta see where this goes, because I want to show off what spells do and such. We'll make this an all-rounder. But, okay. Alrighty. Alright. But, yeah, Dark Souls netcode is not the best. And by not the best, I mean it's absolutely dreadful, and that's why I hate doing Dark Souls PvP. Especially recent times. Because it can 95% of the time just be hackers. Or, I guess not... It's not super common now, the fact that they've, like, basically cracked down on people doing, hacks and shit. But, it's just not fun. It's basically just, like, how fast is your reaction speed? And even then, it's like, how fast is your reaction speed when the other person's lag is basically through a metaphorical roof? Because they can just straight up whoop your ass really easily. Oh, I also forgot to go kill the Titanite demon here, so let's run that over. But, yeah, Dark Souls PvP. It sure is something. And I remember doing that a lot back in the day on Nintendo Switch, so you can imagine what my joy was when I figured out that, PC, load times weren't all too good either. Like that stone grinding sound effect. Very good sound. And I think he does that when he's breathing, which is a really nice attention to detail. In fact, they made it so that way when he breathes, it just sounds like stone, like, moving and, I guess, rummaging around, which sounds pretty cool. Very neat. Alright. I believe I got everything from this guy, so we don't want to talk to him just yet. Because I need to go fight this damn demon. He's been alive for far too long. Oh, and if you want to know a fun fact, fighting this guy, this is a weird jank mechanic with all these guys. There are multiple of these throughout the game. If you kill one of them, more of them in the area get stronger. It's just some weird gimmick that they have with them. That's a grab, I'm pretty sure. I really don't want to show off what it does, because I think that's just an insta-kill if I get hit by it. At least at my rank. But, yeah, killing one of these guys actually makes every single other one in the game faster. Or not faster, stronger. They just do a lot more damage and have a lot more health. So you can totally just go kill every single one in the entire game, and then come back to this guy, and he just becomes like basically just a mini-boss. Alright, and he drops Demon Titanite, which we saw in one of the loading screens. That is used for leveling up boss weapons that we can acquire later. So, pretty cool. Alright, I believe next on our list, let's go to the depths, I guess. Nothing really left to do except go to the depths. Yeah, we're already at an hour and 30-minute stream, and all we got done was Darkroot Garden. And then again, we kind of did everything in Darkroot Garden, so nothing really saying much, including a successful invasion, so I don't want to hear it. And, let me explain why I was so hesitant to level my character up before invading. That is because of a gimmick, known as, I think it's like, online scaling. If you have a character that is level 0 to 49, you will be paired with other players that are at level 0 to 49. Now, this means that if a person just goes to the end of the game at, like, level 1 or something and just picks up everything in the entire game, they can totally just come back and kick everyone's ass using those endgame materials, but they have to deal with the fact that they're at, you know, level 1. So, not so good for them. But people love to just use really annoying weapons on people who don't really know how to play the game at like at like very low levels. But this also applies to 50 to 99, 100 to 149, and I think the final bit is like 150 and over. And that's where like most of the top level Dark Souls PvP you'll see. It's mainly just people wearing Havel armor or spamming Darkbead. It's not fun after level 150 because people just stop caring about their levels and just dump whatever they can into whatever scales the best. So eventually you'll just start getting pair-ups with people who just love to spam miracles, or not miracles, love to spam magic and love to use big weapons. 0 to 49, I thought it could only be a level 10 difference. I don't really know what the specifics are, but on the Dark Souls 1 like arena area for the DLC, it pairs people 0 to 49 and so on and so forth. So it might not be 0 to 49, it might be that 10 level difference, but I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that it's around that range that people start being paired up. It's like, you'll never be able to see a person who's level 50 being paired up with a person who's level 100. Also, we're just gonna tank this fire. Fire! Okay, and by tank, I mean nearly die from it. Don't fire, don't breathe, don't breathe, don't breathe. Oh, okay. Cool. Alright, let's head on down and down. That's the reason why at my level, at level 49, that guy was also using pretty low-level equipment like the Claymore and such. It's just because it's a pretty easy weapon to use at the beginning. And we're gonna unlock a little shortcut. This is Lower Undead Burg. It's it's one burg lower. But it actually leads here. This is what this door led to. Alright, let's see. Yeah, this is I don't like this area, and the boss here is not really worth it. But it's cool. Whatever. It's a neat little area to just show the like sub areas. Oh god! We got dogs. I think this is like one of the first areas that introduces the dog as an enemy, which if you know anything about Dark Souls or From Software games, dogs are single-handedly the worst enemies in any of the Souls games. And I mean like every Souls game, except for Sekiro. Sekiro you can parry them, which is broken. But yeah, these ones, they suck. For some odd reason, they just love to hit you with attacks that are incredibly quick, hard to block, and no matter what poise you're at, and I mean seriously, like, no matter what poise you're at, they will hit you and they will stun lock you. Oh, also.
Somebody, please let me out of here. Somebody, anybody, help me. Unlock the door. Damn, I'm finished. How did this ever happen?
So we actually buy this key from the undead merchant above. The residence key. And he's a wizard. I think this is Orbeck, I believe?
Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim.
Griggs. Okay. Orbeck must have been a different one.
I'm obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
Cool. Alright, good for you. Meet back at Firelink.
Oh, hello. I'm fine. I will rest a while, then return to Firelink Shrine.
Look.
I have my sorcery, and I will be more cautious next time. Besides, I have an important task at hand.
Okay. Do you mind if I just take this dead body's stuff? That is the exact same as your equipment. Ooh, catch you later. Alright, now it's time for the true gank squad of this game. Torch Hollows. But yeah, dogs in From Software games are infamous for just being... they're not only wretched, but they are all stun-locking nightmares. If you get 3 of them in one area, having to like single them out, it almost becomes like its own chore. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, I'm just stuck now. Oh, a delicious triple. But the dogs in Sekiro have a significant difference between the ones in Souls, because for Souls games, oh, also, if you want a quick little tip, ambushing enemies. I believe this one just kicks down the door. Yep. Yeah, all those doors actually get kicked down despite the fact the enemies behind them are dead. And as I was saying about the dogs in Sekiro, I'm pretty sure those are the only dogs in any of the Souls games you can parry, and are also some of the only dogs in Souls games that you can instantly kill with any weapon, including like a dry shuriken. Just an errant shuriken just ends those dogs very quickly. And as much as I don't like, you know, animal abuse and stuff like that, in Souls games, these dogs are absolute rats. And there's also a dog who is a rat in Dark Souls 2. And I don't want to hear it that, oh, it's the Royal Rat Authority implying that they're a rat. It's just a big dog acting like a rat. Oh, hey. It's me, in a previous life. Alright, so we're not going to fight the boss just yet. We're going to unlock a shortcut real quick. Oh, also, look at this. And then... poke. He was like, our plan has been ruined. Yeah, these are one of the few enemies in this game that can initiate a backstab. Because if you saw back in Darkroot Garden, I did get backstabbed by one of those dudes, but that's not an enemy, that's just basically an NPC with AI. So that means that they can backstab. I'm pretty sure that means that like any NPC in the game can backstab you. It's just that some of them are specifically designed to backstab you. But the ones in this game, I'm pretty sure those guys, because they're like have daggers and such, are ones that can also just backstab you very easily. Also, hello, Undead Merchant number 2.
You still have your senses about you. Then why won't you buy some of my moss? I need your souls.
Okay, I'll buy some weed. Sure. What ganja you got? I'm probably not gonna buy anything right now, but all you have to know, blooming purple and purple are incredibly good. Because purple moss cures poison buildup, and this one reduces toxin. And toxin/toxic is basically a status effect that has poison, but worse. It's poison times 2. And then there's also prism stones, which I actually kind of want to show off some things about prism stones.
Come again, if you please.
Yep. Alright, let's unlock a shortcut. This leads directly back to Firelink Shrine / Undead Burg, which is the reason why, this is this door that was previously blocked, but now, if I go over here, that's just Undead Burg. So, I'm gonna show off something about, prism stones and what they do, because I kinda like prism stones. They're a really cool item. I like them. So we're gonna rummage around over here. I'm gonna try finding a fall that will kill me. And it may sound weird, it's like, hey, why do you want to find a fall that'll kill you? I guess there's probably none here, but, actually, wait, there's probably some, like, out-of-bounds shit I can activate. Like, if I go over here and do it, I'm pretty sure it would work. But, I'll explain how prism stones work later, when I find a really nice pit to die in. Anyways. Time for the boss that starts with 2 stun-locking enemies. Oh god. And I'm stuck. Just get me out of here. This is the good spot. You can still get hit. Whoa! That was an advanced strat. Oh god, not that! Don't do the drop attack. Okay. Just spacing. Just space them out. Single them out. Okay, both dogs down, and I still got some space to work with. We're good. Okay. Oh, that damage! So, by the way, those two dogs are essentially the boss fight. Alright. Nope. Okay. Cool. First try. That's the boss I was kind of worried about, because those two dogs are the real boss. Also, I'm pretty sure that was a homeward bone, but I couldn't pick it up, so it just dropped on the ground. What did this guy drop? Oh. That's an armor set? Huh. I did not know that that was an armor set in the game. Cool. Very neat. Alright, well, I'm glad I managed to get that out of the way, because I really didn't want to have to, like, spend the next 8 years of my life shaving away at that boss. Got it first try. Because some people love to just go up against that fight, or I guess not love, but people go up against that fight at really early levels and don't really know how the fight works, get instantly ganked by two dogs, and then, you know, ground into a pulp. Also, why am I fat rolling? Huh. Oh, it's because I have the target shield on, that's why. Wait, really? What? I was wearing all this stuff originally. Oh, it's because I'm not... No, I am a human. Okay. Also, there's a man. Or I guess a female, actually. Those butchers, I believe, are actually female. You. Nice. The halberd is so good. Bonk. And, bonk. Bonk. And a bonk. And a bonk. Nice. Just beating up these hollows. Dog. And another dog. Okay, I'm just gonna attack you. Uh-oh. Alright. So, I want to be careful. Because these guys actually have a grab attack. If they hit you with that, like, real little red spike, they do it a grab attack. Which... you know what? I just want to show it off. When they do the attack. Oh. I like that. Oh, god damn it. Why did that only attack the... Oh, did we get it? Yes! Best time in the game. Let's wear the sack for a little bit. We got it though. Is she mad you killed her? You killed her dog. How could you? That is true. I did kind of kill her dog, and then her roommate tried to come in, and I just stabbed her instead. It's like that hollow really didn't want to get killed in one shot, so he thought the best course of action was, instead of getting one shot and having the butcher potentially kill me, instead decide to just get the butcher killed. Which I guess, good for them, I guess. All I'm gonna be glad about is that we did get the best item in the game, which is the sack. Oh god. Dog gammit. Dog gammit! Goddamn dogs! Okay. I believe there's another butcher we can encounter. Whoa! That was a weird attack. What the hell? I don't think that move acts that fast. What? Hold on, let's go back up here and test. Yeah, because that has like wind up, but if you do it in water, or specific parts of this water, hold on, like let's go over here. Look at that, there's like no wind up to it. PvP strat? Also, kind of have to walk over here. Let's see what their grab attack is, if they do it. Oh. Come on. Yep, here we go. Oh! Ow. Water halberd broken. I was gonna say, yeah, it's really fast acting, and that jump attack does not a lot of damage, but still can be utilized. Also, I'm just trying to show off what that grav attack looks like. This is kind of cool. Oh, also.
You. Yeah, yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
Okay. Hello, Ryan Reynolds. He just looks like... He kind of looks like Ryan Reynolds. Also, this room is the best room in the game. Oh, yeah. Beautiful barrel rolling action. It's just so elegant. Kind of like watching modern art. Look at that. Ah, no, that's a good room of destruction. How about I just like break every single item in this entire room and then just leave him in that one? Well, I couldn't find out which one you're in, so...
Oh, there you are. You must help me. Or else... she'll have me for lunch. You're my only hope. Oh, please.
Yeah, so that alludes you to if the butchers are a female or not. Okay.
Thank you. I would have been at supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, or the Great Swamp. I will not forget my debt to you.
Okay. We meet back at Firelink Shrine?
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
Okay, so he'll meet back in Firelink Shrine. He is a pyromancer. Really satisfying when you roll through all the barrels filled with scrolls. That scroll room that Orbeck has is like some of the most satisfying shit in any Souls games. Anyway, it's time to reach the depths. Okay, I'll just go grab this item normally. What? There was a slime on... This might actually kill me. Don't kill me, Mr. Slime. I'm doing a joke here. This is real joke hours. So fun fact about these slimes, I'm pretty sure slimes in all the Souls games are weak to fire, in case you wanted a quick tip. And that guy, Laurentius, is a pyromancer. And we'll see what pyromancers do, because pyromancy in this game is so much fun. I love pyromancy. They got some cool spells. Ah! That's actually scared me. And no, I don't sound like a fucking... I don't sound like a character in The Sopranos getting shot whenever I'm scared. Oh! I sound like that when I get scared, because I didn't expect that to happen. And there's just slimes all over the ceiling. This corridor is like the best spot to farm for green Titanite shards and chunks and such. Just a good spot, and these guys drop a lot of them. Okay, don't get attacked by the weird hitboxes on these guys. Luckily, they're very slow in water, so you can kind of just walk by. And also, yes, you do have to get a key later in the area that allows you to access this bonfire. Whatever. I got a master key, and therefore I shall use it. This does skip like half the area, but I kind of want to go back and show off another section. Handle this one. Your favorite Souls games? I guess... Huh. You know, and this is said by a lot of people, but it rings true a lot for me. I am torn between Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1 gameplay for me is really fun because it's kind of just rudimentary. You know what I mean? It's very simple. It's like, you kind of just kill the thing, and there's no bullshit that happens afterwards. Or like, this thing doesn't do this thing. In this one, it's kind of just like... I said this before, it feels like you're like taking action figures and like slapping them together. It's just kind of like very like... It's almost childish. This is the way I can describe this. It's like... Or I guess you know what it kind of reminds me of? Like old RPGs, where it's like, yes, you must go and do this thing arbitrarily. It's just kind of fun. But Dark Souls 3, in terms of visuals, is one of my favorites. Because Dark Souls 3 is beautiful. It has so many cool sights. And then Dark Souls 2 easily is like my least favorite. If you want to if you want to play a game that makes it so that every single enemy is literally just a big dude with a sword, go play that game. Or not only a big dude with a sword, or like a ganking like animal. You got tigers, you got dog rats, you got rats. Oh, speaking of rats. Oh, also, the Bridgeland X is stuck in his eye, which I want to actually have a fun fact for you. So, that axe is in his eye, right? If you go over here, you can acquire the Spider Shield. A fun fact is that a person who is playing the Bandit class must have came through here, because the Bandit starts with the Spider Shield and the Bridgeland Axe, implying that they basically died right there, trying to get away from the rat, and got the axe stuck in its eye. How cool. Also, L. And that's a ring? No, that's the key. And do you think I could play Dark Souls 3 without playing the first or the second one? You can. I guess, no. Yeah, probably. It's like, if you're playing Dark Souls 3, you probably won't be able to pick up on a lot of references in Dark Souls 1 and, like, Dark Souls 2, I guess. I would recommend playing first, I recommend playing the first one first, and just going chronologically, or you can just skip 2, because 2 fucking blows. I would recommend just starting with 1. You can play 3, and then just make your way backwards. But in my humble opinion, it doesn't really... It's not that it subtracts anything. There's also a channeler over there I want to be careful of. Yes, I see you, Mr. Channeler. You don't have to play 1 in order to play 3, but I would like playing 1 first. It's just fun. Oh, rats, I forgot. Cool, that just attacked the channeler. Okay, don't hit me for funny, Trident. And for some reason I remember doing an ungodly amount of damage the first time I came through here. But yeah. Also, 1's got some, like, fun stuff. It's really cool. And Dark Souls 3, I guess you can say that Dark Souls 3 steps up the everything a lot. But I'd like to play Dark Souls 1 and then go to Dark Souls 3 and just look at how much, like, changed. Like, all the quality of life tweaks. Oh, I mean, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 2. Isn't that bad? Okay. I'm gonna explain my reasoning why I don't like Dark Souls 2. And I don't mean this hypothetically or metaphorically or philosophically. I hate Dark Souls 2, straight up. That's also a funny Puss in Boots reference. Anyways, as I was saying, the Dark Souls 2, I literally have a syndrome named after this. Dark Souls 2 syndrome. The act of putting as many enemies into one area as you can and calling it difficult. Now, that doesn't mean Dark Souls 2 is necessarily bad. I like Dark Souls 2's weirdness. I like how kind of odd all of it plays out. Because it's all like a dream. But that leads it to be lore is thrown out the window because it's all like a dream. With everything that comes down to, oh, this weird mechanic was introduced that kind of just makes it so your character fucking sucks dick. Oh, it's like a dream. It's like you can't just keep using the it's like a dream thing for long before it starts to just get a little boring. I guess lore-wise, I don't really like it. Gameplay-wise, it just sucks. But I guess... No, you know what? I was gonna say graphically it's good. No, it's not. Okay, I forgot I had to go around. Dark Souls 2. I just don't like it. I like the ideas that they had. If they had Dark Souls 2 with Dark Souls 3, like, gameplay and graphics, that would easily be one of my favorites in the Souls games. But it's not. It's just because every single enemy is just a dude with armor and a sword, or a really jank enemy. Or animal, rather. And, like, that applies to the bosses as well. It's like 95% of them is either a humanoid with a weapon, or an animal. It's like, it's hard to pick an in-between. And I guess you could say, like, oh, but Sir Alon is pretty cool. Yeah, Sir Alon's cool, but is he fun to fight? Like, I just don't like Dark Souls 2, because it's just this whole thing of, like, am I gonna have to put up with this shit for a lot? Am I gonna have to, like, sit here and twiddle my thumbs while I'm trying to wait for the enemy to give me an opening, or am I going to just go play a different game? The answer is always just play a different game. I also nearly just died there. Or at least fallen down very far. It's just, I don't like Dark Souls 2, because it could have achieved greatness. It could have been so cool. It could have been so fun. Oh, that's a weird load zone. Look at that. Weird. To say my first From stuff was Elden Ring, and then I played Sekiro. They're challenging. See, okay, if you have played Sekiro and Elden Ring, dude, Dark Souls 3 is going to be a literal cakewalk. Especially playing Sekiro, like, Jesus. But yes, the method I always would like to play the Souls games, or recommend people play the Souls games, is always Dark Souls 1, then Dark Souls 3, then Dark Souls, what is it called? Dark Souls 1, then Dark Souls 3, then move on to, Sekiro or Elden Ring. And then move on to the latter, or the former, if you have played the latter or the former. Like, for example, play Sekiro, then Elden Ring, or play Elden Ring, then Sekiro, it doesn't really matter. But since you've played Elden Ring and Sekiro, I recommend just, like, you could start with one, I don't really know. Also, these are basilisks. These guys are prevalent in all the Souls games, except I think Demon Souls and Bloodborne, and Sekiro, they don't have them. But in Elden Ring, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3, they have basilisks. There's one Blue Smelter, Demon, Sirloin. Dude, I also fucking... Listen, I hate reskin bosses. This game is really good at not having reskin bosses, because I guess you could say, oh, but the Capra Demon and the Taurus Demon, they don't become reskin bosses, they become enemies, which just goes to show you how far you progress. Also, I think we're gonna get invaded, but by an NPC. I'll show that off in a moment. I think I know the trigger point. But, that Dark Souls 2, and I guess you could say Elden Ring by proxy. Elden Ring has a pretty bad sitch with it, but I can kind of forgive Elden Ring because it's just big. It's a really big game. But, what I was gonna say was that reskin bosses are like some of my least favorite bosses, and Dark Souls 2 has like 5 of them. Because it has, let's see. Oh yeah, Bloodborne's really cool. Oh, they had to have a PS4 for it. Not even a PS5, just the PS4. Because they don't have it on PS5, I don't believe. But like, you got Smelter Demon, then Blue Smelter Demon. You have the King's Pet, and then you have 2 of the King's Pet. You see what I mean? Pursuer, then Double Pursuer. I guess that's not even a reskin. But it's just like, it's just, they approach difficulty in such a meaningless way. Where in this game it feels like, you know, you're fighting bigger and greater things. Or you're even fighting just big things at the very start with like Taurus Demon, but you overcome them in cool ways. It's just, I don't... Oh, shit, was there one? Yeah. Bonk. We're gonna fight a invader NPC, by the way, who actually does appear in Dark Souls 3, which is really weird. Bonk. I believe they spawn, like, right at that gate, or something. No, they spawn... I know exactly where they'll spawn. They'll spawn on that little landmass, right in the center there. Yep. This is Nightcurk. Some of the easiest moves to parry, by the way. Yump! And, crunch. Crunch. Easy. And that is Nightcurk. He didn't drop any of his items, though, which sucks. I love that guy. Guess I'll just wait for Armored Core. Armored Core looks so cool. I have never played an Armored Core game, but I've heard that they are very fun. Although, I look at the original ones, and I'm just like, oh. Oh, no, no, no. Especially Kingsfield, oh my god. Looking at old Kingsfield gameplay is like... That is the most RPG the Dark Souls series ever gets, and it looks... And I don't want to sugarcoat it, it looks bad. It just does not look fun. But I can forgive it. It was an old period, it was an old time. And then they released Demon Souls, and then everyone was like, eh. And then they released Dark Souls, and everyone was like, eh. And then, oh my god, the Dark Souls just soar. That became its own entity real quick. yeah, I would recommend, if you want, you can give Dark Souls 2 a try. Like, nothing's stopping you, and who knows, you might be good at it. But you have to understand that everything with Dark Souls 2 is all difficulty based on how many enemies can they put in one area, not difficulty of how much can an enemy hit you. It's like, with this game, it's like the rat. It's not a difficult enemy in this game. In Dark Souls 2, there's a boss that is literally just more rats. And I don't mean it. Just a billion rats. Also, I heard Demon Souls was really cool, and I would like to give it a try someday. I might attempt to get my hands on the original and play that. I don't know if it's on Steam or anything, but I hope it is. Oh, also, in case you all are wondering, hey, where's Solaire? Well, there he is. Hello, Solaire. Let's get in here. Alright, and I'm gonna stay silent during this cutscene because this is one of my favorite boss intros. Not in the series, but just for this. It's a very cool boss intro, and I might have to also let my cat out of my room real quick, so I will, I'll just simply wait for Solaire to come down here. Come on, Solaire. Alright, there you are. Okay, I will then proceed to take off my headphones and go let my cat outside. Okay, right back. I hope I don't die or something. Ooh, a spooky alligator. And yeah, it's a big dragon. And I mean a big dragon. That's big with B-E-E-G. Big. And also, got teeth. Got a lot of them. This is the Gaping Dragon. I love that boss intro so much. Yeah. Can you guess what his gimmick is? He just loves chomping on things. And he walks. Oh boy, does he walk. So we're gonna do a Dark Souls 1 classic, which if you've never played Dark Souls 1, you're gonna be learning a cool strat if I can actually hit the tail. We're gonna reinforce claw. We're gonna do a Dark Souls 1 classic, which is every single dragon can have their tail cut. We're gonna cut this damn tail off. And hopefully not die in the process, because this boss, it's not tough to get the tail off, it's just annoying. Oh, Solaire's helping me get the tail. Oh, don't die, Solaire. It's so early. Ow! Yeah, Solaire's probably gonna die. That's fine. This one. Dude, friend co-op with Dark Souls is so much fun. Having communication between your partners, especially in Dark Souls of all games, is super fun. And I'd highly recommend it. Especially if a person has not played a Souls game before, being the summon for them is super fun. I should know because I was helping my friend play Dark Souls 3, I believe. And we were just goofing around in that, and it was super fun. Okay, come on, get off. There we are. Okay, Solaire was killed, but in its place, the Dragon King Great Axe. Bonk. Bonk. Okay, now get out of the way. I miss when I played Elden Ring. And so many tail weapons, and Elden Ring has none. Not only does Elden Ring have none, Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 don't have any. I don't know why they removed the tail cut mechanic. It's such a fun gimmick. It's like, I now have to focus my efforts on cutting a specific part of the boss for a really dope-ass weapon. Also, before you ask, no, that's not Solaire's corpse. Ah! Do your chomp attack. Not that one. I believe this is a weapon degradation vomit. Which, I mean, if you want to know a quick tip about anything related to weapon degradation, if it's vomit or it looks yellow, it will most likely take away your weapon's durability. That's just a good thing to know. Bonk. Woo! I believe that was no damage, by the way. Or did I take damage? I guess I had 10 Estus. coming in. Weird. Alright. But, Elden Ring is super cool as well. I didn't make an announcement on stream or not an announcement on stream, an announcement on a, on some, like, errant, like, community post. I will be playing Elden Ring, or at least attempting to play it on stream. And you have to understand, it's not that I don't want to attempt it because I suck. I don't want to attempt it because it could potentially just kill my PC. The few times I've tried to stream Elden Ring have resulted in my PC basically becoming a, like, nuclear fusion reactor. Oh, also, this guy. Can I just say right now, I love his fucking mask that he wears, because he has to put the glasses over it. And also, I'm pretty sure this guy is like a 95% stolen valor, which makes it suck, but this guy's at least cheerful about it. Oh, slime. Hold on. I don't want to get interrupted during, while I'm talking. So, sorry, slime. You're gonna have to suffer. Get poked, nerd. Anyways.
Aye, Shemai, and good day to you. I'm Donald of Xena. I'm just a peddler of sorts. I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them.
Okay. Cool, and this guy is the one that you buy boss armor from, which, I mean, you see boss weapons, but boss armor is a different thing, and it is cool. Also, quick tip, be wary of buying crystal weapons, or getting crystal weapons. Whilst they do a truckload of damage, the moment they break, they're gone forever, and you can't repair them. I'm so hyped for Elden Ring DLC. That's kind of the reason why I started playing Dark Souls 1 and 3 on stream, is because I just wanted to... I'm kind of ramping myself up with the Soul series until Elden Ring comes out with the DLC. And I might end up having to postpone the Dark Souls 3 streams until I'm done with Elden Ring DLC, if it comes out early. I'm hoping that they take their time with it, because that means I can get Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, a little bit of Elden Ring, and then the DLC for Elden Ring, then finish Elden Ring all on stream. It's a beautiful process. And I'm hoping it works, but it might not. If it doesn't, whatever. We don't have anything to buy from him, so we'll just talk.
Well, I'm certain we will make a good trade eventually, so I am willing to share some tips. If you see kindling in the catacombs, use divine weapons. That will repel the reassembling skeletons.
Good stuff.
That was a fine trade. I have this funny feeling we'll meet again soon, and we'll make another fine trade, of course.
Fun guy. I like him. He sounds like a Disco Elysium NPC. Oh, also, you ready to see the craziest drop in brightness ever? Just put like the... You know the meme where it's like, I'm going to become Switzerland, and then it just... Put that sound over the just, like, dip in brightness. So this is Blighttown. This is infamous in Dark Souls 1 as being the worst area ever. Just of all time. It sucks. Mainly for a couple of reasons. Alright, man, have fun playing. Thank you for the advices. Alright, I'm here so I gotta sleep. No problem. Have fun. Laters. Oh! El Goblino. Into the pit with you, sir! Yeet! Oh! That was an advanced strategy. Alright. I'm not gonna equip daggers for these guys. Or a target shield to parry them. Oh, don't incur the wrath of that one. I don't want both of them. Yeet. Oh! Ow! I forgot these guys also do poison damage. It's really weird. It's like, it's a club. Did you, like, wipe your ass with it? Or put that up your ass? That's the only reason why, or that's the only, like, reasonable thing I can see of why it does poison damage. Ow. Okay. So yeah, this area, to anyone who's not familiar with Dark Souls, is quite possibly the worst area. I don't mind it, because you can skip half the area if you're playing Thief. But, yeah, this place sucks. You'll see why pretty quickly. First of all, the enemies are a little beefy, and second of all, you're about, A lot of pitfalls and traps, and also these guys, or actually no, not those guys. That guy, those two guys right above my head. They are dart blowers who shoot toxic. Did I just get large club first try? Okay, or I guess third try technically, but in one bout of enemies. So toxic is cool because it's just poison, but it does significantly more damage and is significantly harder to cure if you get afflicted with it. So I'm actually gonna have these on standby. Don't tell me I'm getting toxic just standing here. Okay. Cool. Alright, bring it. Luckily their only attack is just, you know, blowing darts. And even then it doesn't do it, like, any damage. It just inflicts toxic. You're alive! Oh god, I might die here. No. Don't do your grab attack. Okay. We're making our way through. Alright. Oy vey. I probably should level up a little bit more before going in here. Oh. Awesome. That was so cool, John Dark Soul. Soul of a proud knight. Oh, wait, I can actually show off the thing. So, in Dark Souls, you can be provided with prism stones. Now, I want to actually talk about these, because these are pretty cool. So, prism stones, when you put them on the ground, they do this. They leave a nice little glow, or sparkle. It's pretty neat, right? However, you can also use them like this. Now, when a prism stone breaks, it screams. That's to indicate that the fall is lethal. So, in case you are playing fucking, like, Elden Ring or something, I'm pretty sure Elden Ring has the equivalent of prism stones in the form of, like, prism shards, I think is what they're called. You can always check if a drop is lethal from your vitality level by simply just dropping one of those, or if it's, like, a pit that will eventually kill you. If you just drop one of them and it screams, you know you're in the right spot. And I think in Elden Ring, it just has to break. Or at least release like a glass cracking sound. It's a pretty cool gimmick, I like it. I guess not gimmick. It's a cool tool to utilize. Okay, so this is where we start getting into the fuck zone of Blighttown. This is where it starts to suck. So strap in. Oh, also, in case you wanted any fear of great heights, standing on these for a small little bit will make them move, and trying to walk across them sucks. Oh, also, there is a weapon over there that I'm probably going to grab in a moment, if I can make the jump. This place is literally just like, you don't have to jump for any of it, it's just bad. Also, yes, there is a pit there that will most likely kill me. I like how also none of the traps are technically lethal in this game. It's like, sure, they can have like pitfall traps, but none of them can kill you unless you're at like really low health. Get on. Bonk. Fire dog. Oh, thank God. Oh, they have a lot of health actually. Eee. Yeah, these ones breathe fire, so if you thought the normal dogs were annoying, strap in, because we got ones that breathe fire. And the fire also will stun lock you, so be careful. Oh yeah, and in case you also wanted more of a reason to play Dark Souls 3 over... if you wanted more of a reason to play 3 instead of 2 or 1, I will tell you now, Dark Souls 1 is, I think, the only Souls game besides maybe Demon Souls. I don't think Demon Souls had it, but I'm not sure. This is one of the only things in From Software's catalog where healing forces you to stand completely still. In Dark Souls 3, it's even worse, because in favor of making it so you can walk slowly, they made it so that way when you take a sip of Estus, the moment you engage the Estus, it takes and I'm not exaggerating, maybe a solid 3 to 7 years to drink it. Grapefruit, from the Lark Souls series, put a very poignant, well, I guess point to it. It's like you have to unscrew the cap of the Estus and then take a sip of it and then put it back into your like canister. Then you have to take like a cracker and you have to eat it and you have to like cleanse your palate. It's like just drink the Estus. It's your only life source, and they take so long with it in 2. It's so annoying. In this game, it's worse. It's like quick, but it's bad because it's just so... Okay, I guess I get souls. It's bad just because like you have to stand completely still in order to drink. Not all too bad, it's just weird. Anyways, let's kindle this one, because I want to have 10 Estus the whole way. And we'll also level up, I guess. I have a couple of things to spend. Oh man, we're actually really close. I could just actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's do this. Use these, I guess. Nice. Cool. Let's just do 2 in strength. I don't know. Sure. It says it sounds just... Oh, I forgot the pot one. Wait, the pot one's not even over here. I'm mistaking myself. Also, I believe these are some of the only fire dogs in the whole game. It's really weird to see some of the areas that don't really get recognized a lot, because Blighttown, whilst it is... Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Whilst the Blighttown is required to go through in order to complete the game, because you have to fight Quelaag at the bottom of Blighttown, while it is not required, or it is required, while it is required, it has some of like the weirder enemies. And then in Darkroot Garden, because it's not required, Darkroot Garden is also required, it's just that there are certain sections that are not. I think Darkroot Garden has 2 unique enemies that only have 5 instances of them total. You have 2 random walking trees, and you also have 3 big cats. And I'm pretty sure they never appear again! Oh my god! So, I'll put the Fear of God into you. Also, that's the King of Xanthus. Or King Xanthus, or King of Xanthus. I'm not entirely sure what the correct name of that thing is. Something Xanthus. You can tell because it has a big head. If you can even call it a head. And we can't really get near it right now without it freaking out. We can shoot it from a distance, like from here, but I don't want to cheese it. I want to show off the cool way of beating him. But, yep, it sure is a Xanthus, and I think right by him is like one of the most powerful pyromancies / just spell in the game. It's broken, and it's called Power Within, which if you played Elden Ring, you may recognize that Power Within, it's kind of just like a strength move, specifically like the move Flame Grant Me Strength, which are both pyromancies that buff your character up. Only difference is that Power Within in this game is a little more balanced than Flame Grant Me Strength, because I think in Elden Ring, Flame Grant Me Strength doesn't have any debuffs to it. It just provides the flat bonus of like basically everything. In this game, I believe, like, it has the effects of poison, so it'll just start reducing your health over time, which some might say is bad, but I actually kind of like the whole thing of Power Within, because it just makes it so that way it just does not make it overpowered. It does not make it overpowered if you're at incredibly high amounts of health. Like, even if you're at low amounts of health, if using it at low amounts of health is a bad idea, using it at high amounts of health is a good idea because you can take most of the hits. However, they still have to provide that, like, bonus to it that makes it, or I guess not bonus, they have to provide that debuff to it to make it so that way it's not too broken, you know what I mean? Just putting it at that limit that's just, like, the sweet spot to make it so that way it's not cringe, but then again, it's not based. Get it, guys? I said the funnies. Oh, Shadow Mask. Cool. I can be a ninja now. I think we could also fetch that katana that ninjas normally have. You know, ninja. Ninja business. Alright. Apologies if I'm backtracking a little bit. I kind of just want to go through and get a couple of things. Of course, I'll be going through all these areas eventually over again and fetching everything. Off stream, of course. Wow, I'm the Neo from the Matrix over here, just dodging every single pellet. Oh, speaking of Elden Ring, I wanted to say, if you want a channel that provides really good content on the Souls series and a couple of Bethesda games too, watch the YouTube creator Ymfah, Y-M-F-A-H, I believe is how you spell it. Such a cool channel. They do Dark Souls challenge runs. It's not only like SL1 challenge runs, which SL1 stands for Soul Level 1, so just Level 1 Dark Souls. They not only have Soul Level 1 runs, they also have, for example, Elden Ring no walking. Like, you'd think Elden Ring being such an open world game would require walking. Apparently not. You can just play the game without walking. Bloodborne consumable only. Dark Souls 2 Pacifist. That one's a fun watch. Such a cool channel, just like really interesting content. And what's I think my favorite thing about it is that they are never like what they did. They're tutorials. Oh, also. So that's the King of Xanthus. This is the butt of Xanthus. I think one of those, because I got that item, one of the dart blower dudes fell off. So I'm not entirely sure on the lore about Xanthus, but this guy used to be a big king, and now he's not. He's just kind of this weird bug on a wall. So he dies, but only drops 1,000 souls. However, you get power within. Cool spell. I like it. It does a lot of damage. It's easy. Or I guess no, the correct term is it's easy. It does a lot of damage. Oh, don't grab me. There's been farming backstabs on those guys. Oh, come on. Gotta love those invincibility frames. So those guys have, I'm pretty sure, like I believe it's like somewhere around a 75% chance to just drop shit. Literally. Not entirely sure on the odds, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around that range of just being really absurdly high for no reason. Like, if you have the covetous golden serpent ring, which increases the item drop rate of enemies, yeah, slap that on if you just want extra shit from those guys. Okay. Can I just say right now, whoop whoop, we successfully made it through, we almost successfully made it through Blighttown without dying once. There's a chest down there, but we're gonna die if we fall down, so I don't want to grab that. We'll grab that eventually. By eventually, I mean probably like, maybe 5 minutes. Also, I literally have no idea what this is for. I think it's just for if you're in the top section, you could drop down into here to cut the shit. I don't really know what that's about, but whatever. Oh, also there's these guys. It's kind of hard to say like what these are. I mean, yeah, they're corrupted humans. Because if you look really carefully, right above their mouth is a human face. And going, oh. But yeah, corrupted humans, I think. I'm not entirely sure on what they are. All I know is that they're freaky and weird and do fire. Which leads me to believe that these are people who are obsessed with the Chaos Flame, which is prevalent in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Which, you're gonna have to remember the Chaos Flame, because this is on the test later. Basically, oh, that's a cool set. Basically, the Witches of Izalith and, the Queen They all basically fuck shit up at the very beginning of the game. You may have saw them weaving great firestorms. They create what is known as the Chaos Flame, which was, I think, intended to be eternal life. I'm not entirely sure what the intentions were with it. I think it was eternal life. But yeah, something eternal life, something Chaos Flame. They create it, and what ensues is, by, I guess, you can kind of assume from these guys, and you can kind of assume from the way Blighttown is looking, chaos. Chaos reign. You know, just everywhere. Chaos here, chaos there. People who study the Chaos Flame are known as heretics, and often turn into these guys. Oh, also, Poison Swamp. I believe this is one of the... This is the second Poison Swamp ever featured in a Souls title, because Demon Souls actually had the first Poison Swamp. At least I don't think Kingsfield had any. We're also going to equip the bow for these guys, because the mosquitoes in this area suck. So, let's see. Yeah, they basically made a Chaos Flame, and it sucked. It basically just killed everyone, or killed a lot of people. It killed a lot of people who were also trying to study it, so people who were obsessed with the flame eventually got consumed by it, yada yada, life goes on. Shit happens. Alright, also, make sure to equip your rusted iron ring here, because you walk slowly in this water. Oh, also, make sure you're not a human here, much like I am. Because if you are at low health and you just reach this bonfire, rest quickly. Because the trigger point outside the bonfire spawns a very special someone, who I actually have a fun story about. But yeah, Chaos Flame killed a lot of people. We'll show off a couple more people who got corrupted by the Chaos Flame. So, let's explain what Maneater Mildred is about. They're an NPC invader, much like Kirk, who shows up and attempts to kill you if you're human. Now, they're really easy to kill because they don't have any armor, which means like 0 resistances. Unless you count the sack as armor, which I guess you could say, yes, best armor in the game. True. But, oh, my aim is good. Oh, nice, I got the knife. I believe the knife is always a guaranteed drop, however. The story that I had with Maneater Mildred is, I believe, and don't quote me on this, because I think this is true. From sources I've heard, Maneater Mildred was essentially a NPC invader that, like, showed up during a Dark Souls, like, test build. Basically, Dark Souls devs were testing out, like, a couple of things related to the game to make sure, like, what to update and such. And an NPC, or a person invaded them. I think just named, like, Mildred or something. Or something along those lines. I don't think it was Mildred, it might have just been a normal gamer tag. But, person invades and tries to kill the, you know, people testing on it. Not out of malice, it's more just because they were an invader, and that's what invaders do. So, they show up, they, you know, exist, they do whatever they gotta do to live. And, also I'm just teetering on the edge of poison. They, eventually, the test, like, the devs were like, yeah, you know what, actually, that looks pretty interesting. Because the whole getup was like, you know, the sack and the, club, or the butcher knife, rather. So, eventually they just added her to the game. Which I think is pretty sick. But if you wonder, imagine if you had Maneater, like, Maneater Moop. And I was dressed like that. Ooh. Could be anyone. Okay, we're just gonna tank the poison. It'll go away. Eventually. But yeah, there's a lot of items in this swamp, so it's gonna take a bit. Oop! How dare you! How dare you! My mother was a saint! Get out! Speaking of getting out, I might have to get out and go grab some water in just a moment because my throat is getting really dry, despite the fact I just chugged a whole monster. Oh, and, useless fact about these guys that won't really pop up unless you're really focused and dedicated on killing only mosquitoes in this area. The mosquitoes spawn 6 times. Like 6 to 8, I believe. They spawn in 6 to 8 times, and when you kill them 6 to 8 times, they are gone permanently until you rest at a bonfire. So, In case you wanted your mosquito lore, there it is. Oh, also, Shiva. We're gonna kill everyone around Shiva first. What are you leaning on? Something tells me that your positioning got fucked up somehow. Or there was like a wall there. Man, that is an intense lean. You lean so hard the wall behind you moves back and you don't.
Hello again. Strange to meet away from the clan and the forest. But while you are here, how about some equipment? I love collecting these things, but I can only keep so many. And you know, you are a friend. I'll sell them cheap.
Thank you. So this guy, he's cool. He will sell special items from enemies. And this is a great way to avoid having to, like, how do I describe this? It's a great way to avoid having to, like, farm enemies for items. I believe the Uji Katana and the washing pole are not, including the Uji Katana, the washing pole, the claw, and what was another weapon? I think the Shotel and the Flamberge? No, the Flamberge can be dropped, later. But, yeah, you can, these items, they're basically just there to avoid grinding. And some of them are cool, like the Stone Greatsword. If you have enough faith, you can do Tranquil Walk of Peace with them, which makes it so any enemies around you walk really slowly. It doesn't really help unless you're in PvP, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. And Uji Katana is actually a really good weapon, but we're not going to use it, because I don't want to. And, of course, Claw, a couple other things. And this one, I don't really like this weapon all too much. Or this ring, rather. Slows loss of weapon durability, because I just repair my weapons all the time. But it's a ring to get. Also, look skyward. That's essentially just the face palm of this universe. Hello, lad. She was like, huh? What was that? You talking to my main man? Yeah, I'll be sure to buy everything later and show off a couple of weapons for the good people at home. Also, I bet people were quaking in their boots if I was just gonna get murdered by poison. Alright, there's also these guys. Just some dudes hucking boulders. And that's one of probably the best weapons in the game. It's not the quintessential best weapon in the game, but it's a damn good weapon. If you love bonking things with a massive mallet, that thing will suffice all your needs and does a lot of damage. In the wise words of a random ghost in Happy Souls 2, or I think it's just called Happy Souls, a fun animation that anyone can watch. It's easy, and it does a lot of damage. How joyous. We're also going to be an NPC down here later. I believe there's actually a couple NPCs we can meet down here. Which is weird to see how many NPCs actually show up in this one area alone. Just being a massive swamp. But yeah, having a quick tip for anyone who's playing this game. Having moss on hand is very nice. You can buy moss from that one undead salesman, or saleswoman rather, who was like, hey, you want to buy my moss? Buying the purple moss especially is very nice. The red moss, I didn't explain what the red moss did, but it's kind of useless. The red moss cures poison bleed buildup. Because bleed doesn't have a status effect. It kind of just, when the bar fills up, it activates, does a lot of damage, and then goes away. So it doesn't really have a status ailment, it just has status damage. What I'll call it. But when it's the red moss cures, like prevents that build, or like it reduces the buildup of it. But it just kind of sucks because I mean you kind of just want to tank the damage anyways. When you get to the point where you're having to eat moss during combat, especially with like having to hold still and such, it's just not good. If you're going for 2.5 hours, here's what I'll do. I'll finish off Quelaag, we'll go back to Firelink Shrine, and then I'll probably head off for now. I don't want to spend too much time here. But I'll be sure to go back through all these areas and start purchasing everything I can. And apologies, this is a little bit of a longer stream to anyone who was expecting the 2-hour ones. I just want to play Dark Souls, and a lot of it. So, I guess I kind of got what I wished for. It's so weird, it sounds like there's like lightning and or like thunder in the background of the ambience here, but that's just like swamp noises. You know, swamp noises. Sounds of the swamp. Maybe taking poison again. Hog. Is there an NPC around this corner? No, not yet. No, that's not a dead NPC. Actually, was it this one? There's an NPC around one of these pillars that I can talk to. But I think I have to beat Quelaag first. Yeesh! You guys love missing all your boulder shots. You know what? Keep that up. Keep missing all of them. Certainly helps me. Was there an item back here? I haven't been near Quelaag's domain to check if there's any items, so there could just very well be a random item I haven't seen before. Nope. I feel like this is prime time to shove like one random hollow in a corner that just has like Great Soul of Lost Undead, or Soul of a Great Warrior, Soul of These, Soul of Nuts. Alright, Quelaag's domain. Now, I am going to tell you now, YouTube, and listen to me well, YouTube. Also, these guys aren't enemies until you aggro them. Alright, listen well, YouTube. I want you to listen to me very very closely, YouTube. There are no boobs in this scene. No nipple is shown. There is implied boobage, alright? Now, it's not because of Maneater Mildred. She has them covered up. I'll show you what I mean to people who haven't seen this game, but this is the infamous Booba boss. I'm just gonna let the cutscene play and I'll check my phone. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Wait for it. And boobs. Oh. Sorry, my controller disconnected. Sorry, I'm trying to run up Windows XP. Or not Windows XP. What's the Windows 95? Trying to get Windows 95 to work. Also, do you like how, like, nice those sounds are? You know what I mean? It's a very nice, fun sound. Instead of just like the that Windows loves to do. Oh, AoE. Ah! Get away! Cover them up. Mildred, get over here. Alright, forgot. So, in case you want a quick tip about what Mildred's all about, Mildred might help you. Keywords might. Because 95% of the time they'll just get caught on lava, and then get stun locked. But they do some good damage, I guess. Whoa. I love the effect of the blade. Oh god. The effect of that blade is super cool. And I believe if you get the weapon by using her soul to get it, you can experience that really cool effect on a weapon. And I heard that weapon's actually pretty good for pyromancy. It's just like a nice flame blade. Okay, I guess that kills me. Ouch. That sucked. Oh, is that like the perfect range where I can get caught by the AoE? And also wasn't facing it, so I just got killed anyways. Well, you know what? We'll just not summon. I have a thing to tell you. If you are summoning people, this is a quick tip to learn. And this is a very good tip to learn. Oh, he's actually on the wall this time. Nice. A very quick and good tip to learn if you are summoning anybody. Enemies and bosses will get a significant health increase depending on the amount of summons you have. Oh my god. Okay, I was about to say I almost got a headshot there, and then I did get headshot. I guess, would it be considered a headshot if you get shot? Or no. Well, headshot implies that you got shot in the head, not hit in the head. I'm gonna say, does a headshot count if you're getting hit by a massive fucking boulder just on the head in a bonking manner? But no, that's not how headshots work. The shot has to hit the head, but a shot implies that it is a moving projectile in air. Alright, anyways. Time to not die to Quelaag again. I totally first tried him. I totally first tried this boss. Oh. The one gripe I have about this boss, and it's such a minor one because I normally first try this boss, is I really, really wish that when the lava comes out, that when the lava effect comes out, that the lava just like how do I describe this? The hitbox of the lava doesn't correspond to what the lava looks like. So while it's in that little like phase where it's just fire for a second, that can still hit you in the formation of the lava. It's really weird to describe. Kind of just have to go, you know. I like the sound that thing makes. Roll. And I'm getting a little tired. Ow. Give me health. Yeet. That did not do a lot. I wish the weapon arts in this game, or the strong attacks rather. I wish the strong attacks in this game were kind of like how to describe this? We're kind of like Dark Souls 3 or Elden Ring in a way, where it's more just like you charge and then you can let go at any point, or you can charge it to its maximum and do a shitload of damage, instead of just doing a designated animation for it. Because sometimes the animations just are long, and they don't do a lot of damage. But anyways, that's Quelaag. Cool boss. And then there's this place. Oh my god, there's this place. Oh, we also have to watch the cutscene. I'll let it play. There it is. We can now access Sen's Fortress, which is one of my favorite areas in this game. Also, that drops a homeward bone, but because I have 99, I don't really need it. Funny. But yeah, this is the Demon Ruins / Lost Izalith. I have a sneaking suspicion that there is a gamer. Oh, also. Hello.
Oh dear. What have we here? Are you a new servant?
Yeah.
But you have no eggs.
I do, it's just under the sack.
Hahaha.
They get it!
Audience
Get it!
with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
Okay. Time to wait 10 years to be able to go over here. Now, I'm gonna explain a little plot. This is Quaylana. You may notice that she looks almost exactly like Quelaag, with like female coming out of a spider body. However, she's basically like just over encumbered by all these pustules and shit. That is because the lore with her is that there was a pestilence that went around Blighttown for a long time. And man, it sucked. It basically was killing a lot of people and making these eggs like show up and inflicting people and turning them into like this guy. And she essentially absorbed all the pestilence in the area. It didn't stop it, but it kind of made it so that way she became like a martyr for these people, so she became just like almost deceased. She's pretty much dead, in my opinion. I mean, like, look at this shit. Just all around. She can't move. And she can't even talk either. But, we can reinforce our Estus Flask here, because she is a Firekeeper. So, yeah, she has a couple of things later on, and I'm not going to join her covenant. Wait, if I join her covenant now, I don't have to join it later. So, yeah. And you may be asking, wait, won't this make the forest people pissed? You can change your covenant at any bonfire. So if I just go back to the bonfire, I can change my covenant. But I don't want to rest here.
Are you prepared to dedicate yourself to our fair lady?
I'll show you why.
I will make available whatever you require. If you need something, ask me first.
So I can purchase a couple things, including a servant roster. And I don't really can modify anything.
There is no time for
And he kind of doesn't like me.
Think only of our fair lady and what she may need.
So yeah, he's not the very talkative type, and he doesn't really like me all too much. So, let's get something in common with him. Let's say maybe some eggs, I guess. But we're gonna go down here and do a little quick visit. I might come back here eventually and start picking up items, but this is the Demon Ruins. This place sucks. And this then would proceed to lead on to the worst area in any Souls game. IMO, of course. Also, you may notice that there's a giant fucking tentacle monster over there. That'll come in handy later. And I won't show it off today, because I will definitely, most assuredly die. That is just going to happen. So, what we need to do now is, in order to get buddy-buddy with that guy, we need to get grabbed by one of these guys without a helmet on. Because we then get hit a little bit and like, ouch, oof. Oh, that sucks. Man, that was such a weak grab attack. Luckily, I lived, though. So we're gonna walk back here and make sure that I don't, you know, die or anything. We're not gonna rest at any bonfires, and I'll show you why in a moment. But, you can light them, of course, and I didn't have to light the one over by the Firekeepers, because that one is permanently lit because of the Firekeeper. So, we're gonna walk over here. Sorry if you hear my dog. They just do be barking, though. So, I don't think this is important, but we are going to take off our stuff. And now, we wait. Yep. This is a real mechanic in this game. Because I had my helmet off, and I was bitten by that person, it is now time to wait. And this is going to take a bit. And I mean a decent bit. So strap in, guys. So, any, reading any good books lately? Been watching movies? I'm excited for that Spirited Away movie that's coming out, the, like, live action one. Looks cool. Looks really cool. I never watched Spirited Away. I can't really say how good the manga anime adaptation is to the movie version, but it looks cool. You might have also seen my... I'm looking at my phone right now. Oh! What's that? I just got a little bit of an itch. That's not a... Well, I just want to clarify right now. That is not an idle animation. He just has a little itch that's going on. What's going on there, John Dark Soul? You good there? Got like a zit in the back of your head or something? Those are always the worst. What's bothering you there, John Dark Soul? I never realized that this armor comes with a pendant, which is also a funny item. We'll see later. You good there, John Dark Soul? He sure is scratching his head. Yep. This is gonna take a sec. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a boring section of the stream, I apologize, but this is a cool thing. I swear it leads up to something. He's just awkwardly scratching his head now. He's like, what am I supposed to be doing? I think after maybe another minute or something, we should be good. Come on. Like 3 more head scratches. Yep. They do be scratching their head. He's just like, I don't know if you want me to do anything. I apologize, this is incredibly boring, but it's going to do something cool. Like the moment you get the head scratches, something bad's going down. And we only have to do this once, by the way, so we're not gonna have to be sitting here for like another 5 minutes later on in the game. We only have to do this once. And then never again, because this is like a very weird, rare circumstance. So I was also talking about those snakes, by the way, the like 2-headed gecko snakes in Darkroot Garden. They have a very low chance of dropping what's called a egg vermifuge, which, as we'll see in just a moment, is actually the cure to what's about to happen. For some reason, those geckos are the only enemies that drop them, and the guy over there is the only person who sells them. But you may be wondering, wait, he only sold the servant roster, though. Why does he not sell you anything else? Oh! We got eggs! It's eggs! So now that we are kind of like this guy...
Well, now, you're just like me. Your dedication is fully apparent. Only, well, your head looks awful. Why not try this? I've no use for it any longer.
Thank you. And now...
Oh, hello. What is it that you need?
More friendly. Now, I can now permanently purchase Egg Vermifuge and also some cool incantations that I probably will never be using ever. But there's also something else.
Incidentally, do you have an interest in pyromancy? If you have, I shall share my flame with you.
Yeah, I like me some pyromancies. Sweet.
You have served our fair lady well. Now, let this strength be yours.
Thank you. Cool. I almost just rusted out that. That would have been so bad. So now we can just... Now we don't have to do anything. We can't equip any headpieces right now, by the way, in case you're wondering. We can now just eat this. Get them eggs off, and equip whatever we need to. We'll do... just go back to Halberd and target, or I guess not target, shield, Crash Crest. Crash Crest, head shall be the Eastern Helm. No, we ain't doing that. Do sack. Back to the sack bomb. Bump to the bump to the bump to the face. So I don't want to walk. So we're not. We're just not going to. Yeah. Now the reason why we didn't rest is because we can travel back here. So I can just skip the walk. And you could say that's lazy, but I mean, I would have to go through the whole poison swamp and the staircase, a bunch of other shit like that. Is there anything else I can really do? Oh, I can attune magic. Put power within. And I don't think the pyromancy flame wield, it's like has any, it doesn't have any weight to it. Yeah, it's weightless. So now I can do power within whenever I want, which is really, really good. So, hell yeah. But I also want to gloat real quick, is that I had a checklist that had a bunch of stuff on it. And I have now gotten through literally all of it. Like, I'm looking at my checklist right now. Get the egg vermifuge from the guy, do the egg thing, Capra-Daemon, Quelaag, Gaping Dragon, the Depths, a couple of other things. Show off Blighttown shortcut is the only one that's left. Fun fact, there is a small dog that's propelling this entire wheel. You can just see him. Okay. Okay. That's harder than Blighttown. That one roll is harder than 95% of Blighttown. It's just because if you mess it up, you just fall. And it's a big drop. Bonk. Oh, fuck. Okay. Back up real quick. Go over here. So, this area, you may be asking, hey Mook, why do you call it the Blighttown shortcut? Oh, also, cool armor set. And it's actually a really good armor set as well. Very efficient. And that one's actually also a really good thing. Are these guys... These guys are shooting through the wall, but they're hitting the collision on the other side of the wall. What the fuck? We're actually going to be going into that little area on the right there because of those toxic guys. Can't talk about toxic masculinity, am I right? Yep. Don't shove me off. I will burn you to the ground and everybody in it. I'll burn you to the ground and everyone in Blighttown with it. That's what I'm about to say. Wait. Yeah, I thought that was the area I can go to. Also, these mosquitoes, in case you're wondering, yeah, they just bypass obstacles. As if it doesn't have collision on their side, but it has collision on your side, they'll phase through it. For example, the undersides of these, of some of the areas in this area, some of the floor panels don't have any collision for the bottom because they don't expect you to, you know, approach this from the bottom because, you know, you can't ascend to the heavens whenever you want. But, yeah, these mosquitoes can because there's no collision on the bottom of them, so they just don't care. I wanna... wait, hold on. I think I could actually go down there. I just have to... ah, bitch. I have to... yeah, I have to go up and loop myself around. I think is the way. Oh, also, in case you want a quick tip, if you're having a lot of trouble with Blighttown, and specifically finding ladders in Blighttown... yeah, I just have to go the other way. If you're having trouble finding ladders in Blighttown to use, or like, just find the way forward, every single ladder in Blighttown is marked by a torch. So, if you see a torch, that is commonly where a ladder is. For example, this is kind of just like a way, just leads anywhere. But now there's a torch there, it leads to a ladder. There's always one, I think there's always one on the bottom and one on the top of the ladder. So, keep your peepers peeled for those. Just enjoying what's happening. Playing Dark Souls, and I might end up ending stream soon because it has been 3 hours of me just playing Dark Souls, and we kind of have to move on to a drawing stream eventually. But we did Blighttown and a bunch of other shit. Also, now I'm toxic, which you're about to see how much damage toxic does. Look at that health just go. Like, if you have toxic, you need to slap on that blooming purple moss, eat it quick, because goddamn, that will just remove your health in what I like to call a very, very close to an instant. Oh, weird. I thought there was a toxic guy there. There's one over there. That's who I'm thinking of. Oh no, that's so bad. Oh lord. Okay, at least I can do this. Good. Okay, up the ladder. Up, 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 up. Now, I alerted all these dogs, but you can actually do a cool strat. Because this mosquito doesn't interrupt me. Oh, what? I remember the hitbox on downward swings being broken as hell. Whoa! The dog has achieved flight. By the way, if you want a quick tip on a cool item, going down here is a Firekeeper soul. Hell yeah! And that also means that if you're playing as the thief, that is 2 items you can get. There's 2 Firekeeper souls you can get without fighting a single boss, minus the Silent Demon. Mock. Just right up the ass. So many of the backstabs in this game are not backstabs or butt stabs. You do just shove your entire blade up their ass. Alright, let's see. I think we're pretty much done here. I got all the items that I wanted to get, and there's like a couple I can still get, but I'll just get those off stream. Like, there's a shield I can get, I think. Oh, you're hitting me with arrows and darts? Well, that actually worked out for you, dick. I think there's also a very low chance you can get Blooming Purple Moss from those guys, but I'm not sure. I think probably not. But yeah, make sure when you're going through this section to stock up on Blooming Purple Moss or have a insane amount of Estus coming into here, because you will just die if you're not careful. We're also just gonna bypass the enemies that are up here, or at least a couple of them, because I think the only enemies that are up here, like at the very top, are a bunch of ogres. And we already know what they do. They beat you with a mallet until you die. Or until you decide to just backstab them continuously. I believe over here is a good item to have. Key to New Londo Ruins. That, I believe, we can use later, but I'm not sure exactly where to use it. I believe there was like a master key door we unlocked. Well, using the master key. So, I don't think we can really see what that applies to. I think it actually applies to the door that's up here that I opened with the master key. But then again, this is only if you're, escaping Blighttown. Alright, now walk gently across here. Over to here. Okay, New Londo Ruins. And finally... Thank you, past me, for dropping that elevator. And leaving it down. And now... After all is said and done, after 3 hours of, you know, Depths and Blighttown and Darkroot Garden and all that jank... Back at Firelink. Reinforce Estus. And last of all, take a rest. Ah. Oh, nice. Let's upgrade Faith a little bit more, because I want to test out incantations later. Let's look at this guy.
Did you ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. But now, we have a new problem. It's noisy. It snores. And its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you.
Huh. Well, it's big, it's snoring, it's whatever. I wonder what it could be. It could be a dragon, it could be a monster, or it could be a giant mouth snake. This is Frampt.
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the Bell of Awakening? I am the Primordial Serpent, King Seeker Frampt, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the Bell of Awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment?
Yes, but what? Yeah, what the fuck is a pretty apt response for this guy. I was also gonna say, he says Brett, like, close friends with, like, Gwyn, but considering the state that Gwyn is in right now, I'm just imagining it's like, friend as in, you saw them at a party and you exchanged phone numbers but never talk. The hell's that? It's Frampt, the Kingseeker, I guess.
Very well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen Undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn.
Yep.
So that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this end, you must visit Anor Londo and acquire the Lord Vessel.
Alrighty. Anything else?
I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
No. So this is the way we actually sell stuff. You just feed him stuff. And he gives you souls for feeding him stuff. I guess it's just good if you have any extra weapons that you want to, like, throw around. Like, for example, if you have an extra broadsword or something like that. I also really like how he directly takes from your inventory. Or he directly takes from your second storage. So you can just easily swap between all of these. And just figure out what to sell without having to take anything out. Like, for example, I don't want to have another... I did not know he made that sound. That scared the actual shit out of me. Fuck's sake, that was a bad sound. Ooh. But yeah, we can sell stuff to him by just feeding him it. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Those are good sounds. A nice row of them, at least. Any duplicates? I think we have a lot of duplicates. I also bought a lot of Rings of Sacrifice because they're pretty inexpensive and they're also good. Alright, cool. And we can also feed him chunks and he breaks them down, which is very nice.
Farewell, chosen undead.
Cool. Alright, and there's a bunch of NPCs up here. So you know what? I am not going to talk to any of these NPCs. I will give you the gist on what they say. It's pretty much 95% of the time. Oh, I'm glad to see you've made it. I can sell stuff now. I have a quest line as well, but you start it by talking with me, and then buying all my shit. Anyways, bye. That is pretty much the gist of 95% of the people here. I'm just gonna go off stream and just buy all their stuff. So, I'm gonna buy all the stuff, I'm gonna go through all the areas and all the places that I missed, and just grab items. So you're pretty much not missing much. Anyways, this has been a very long 3 hours, and I am tired as shit despite the fact I drank a monster. And that has not even kicked in the slightest. So, what I will do now is I'm gonna head off for now, because I am so unbelievably tired. It's been a long 3 hours. I'm glad to see everyone's enjoying the streams, and I'll probably do a drawing stream later tonight, or maybe tomorrow. It might have to be tomorrow, because I'm so fucking tired, man. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining the stream, and have a good one. So, bye-bye.